I can't believe, dude, Kevin Samuels has Sade. You know Kevin Samuels has Sade.
What's Sade?
You don't know Sade?
No.
Sade? It's like one of the greatest R&B albums of all time. It's like one of those albums that is so respected across the board. Like rock music, everyone respects Sade.
Wow.
Sade is the queen. She is the master. She's masterful, soulful, beautiful. Okay. And like it's respected across the board. And Kevin Samuels on his show where he just roasts women for being like,
oh yeah, he's
like,
got it. Yeah, of course he does. Dude. First of all, guys, hey, we got to address the congregation.
Anyway, yeah, thanks for coming in, guys. We got an emergency rep. Emergency rep!
It's an emergency, guys. Christmas has been canceled.
Christmas canceled.
And we got to do something about it. Listen, actually, guys, I hate to inform you. I'm the one who canceled it.
You canceled Christmas.
That's right. That's right,
you said
guys.
You're sick of it.
I said I'm sick of it, dude. Actually, so I'm just here to tell you guys, let's give a little context. Amish is going to Panama. We have to do an emergency trip for the congregation.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for coming on.
Not to try to tell people where to find you, but I decided, hey, let's do it. Sorry. And I was telling you right before the show, what's going on with the Christmas movies? I sat down, my wife, it's the weekend. I say, hey, turn on a romantic movie, dude. Yeah, let's get the party going.
Something that'll get those couples giggles popping. That's it.
You know what I mean? I'm just
let's get something that you and your girl can watch and be like, you do that. You do
something where like, it's not like something that we'll do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. We'll enjoy it, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
You cuddle. You can cuddle.
I see a show called, I get the popcorn. I get it all ready.
Yeah, it's like a romantic thing. And it's a
tradition. It's a tradition. It's a beautiful thing to do. It's getting towards Christmas.
But you watch people fall in love, and then it's like you're watching people fall in love, and then you're like, oh, we'll fall in love a little more. That's kind of what it's almost like you're doing. It's kind of
like a little brainwash. Yeah.
It's a little brainwash. Yeah, it's great.
Beautiful.
It's fine.
So we turn on Netflix. I turn on something called Love Hard.
Okay.
Number 1 on Netflix, and then
Really?
all week. With a comedian I recognized. Jimmy Yang or something? Yang something? I don't know.
Yang? I don't know. I know Yang, the guy who ran for
No. I think his name's... Anyway. Guy,
I know Andrew Yang.
I'll show it to you guys right now. I'll show you guys the poster here, guys.
Let's see the poster.
Here's the poster. Love Hard. This guy.
Love Hard.
This guy.
That guy's a comedian? Okay.
I think he's a comedian. Okay.
I'm so deep in the meditation game. I don't know the comedians anymore, but sorry, go on.
Here's what pisses me off.
Mm-hmm.
This is it's not like you're writing complex drama. This is the biggest formula of all time. Hallmark figured it out a long time ago.
Okay.
Girl works too hard. Girl goes to small town. Girl finds guy. Girl initially doesn't like guy.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Guy doesn't really like girl. Girl all of a sudden finds guy. They get in some quirky little chat where he insults her a little bit, but playfully. Then the girl goes through a little life experience herself. She realizes, I've been working too hard. Maybe I should settle down. There's a little drama at the end because she's always a journalist. She always ends up having to write a piece about how she hates small towns, but really she loves small towns. So then the guy finds out about it. That's the drama. Girl has to leave dejectedly. This. Guy goes. He follows her. He goes and he chases her down at the airport. They confess love for each other. She finds love. She calls the job, says, I don't actually want to work 1,000 hours a week. I want to stay with this guy in this small town. That's the formula. Huh. It's been the formula for 4,000 years.
Really? Dude, I'm feeling it. I want to watch this and I want to live it.
Okay? That's the formula.
I want to just go to a small town and just do Zoom meditation and do this podcast.
Listen, that is the formula. You see minor variations. Okay, listen.
For me, I'm doing a podcast in a small town. These guys are doing
start the movie, and the lady's a journalist. I say, you got the formula. I'm like, this is good.
Journalist?
You're playing into it. I like it. I don't want to see a new movie. I just want to see the same movie with different faces.
Does it feel like every girl kind of wanted to be a journalist? Not every girl, but like a lot of girls were like, I could be a journalist. Like,
I don't know why. It's a relatable career, and it always builds up to the end when the girl's supposed to publish a piece, and then like the guy finds out and whatever. It's like a good like trope, right? So I'm like, great, play me the exact same movie. I don't need anything changed. And then it turns out that
give me the U-turn.
They have a bunch of writers that seem really like they were politically like interested in making a stance.
Really, Steven? Really?
Because in the movie, they start. She's walking. I knew I was in for trouble when she's like walking in the airport or something, or I think it was the radio was playing, and "Baby, It's Cold Outside" is playing. Okay. Everybody knows "Baby, It's Cold Outside." It's a classic. It's a Christmas classic.
Yeah, but it also went through some controversy recently.
Right. Right away, she goes, "Can you turn it on to something else? That's it's pretty rape." Well, I shouldn't say that word, but it's pretty non-consensual. Pretty non-consensual. And he turns it on.
He sings it. They both sing the same song to each other.
He turns to something else. And by the way, that's actually... Anyway, I won't even get into that. Then the show
Maybe
goes
it's cold outside. The girl does it too. That's what they never say. The girl sings all the same lyrics, and then the guy sings
fine.
them.
It's fine. I'm not worried about it. Okay, I'm not worried about it. I was just like, okay, a little weird. So the whole premise... I don't want to spoil it too much for you guys, actually. But anyway, the show goes on. Little weirdness around there. Nobody really has chemistry in the show. And then at one point, they're talking about Henry David Thoreau, okay, writer.
Incredible.
The girl says like, "Oh, you mean that self-obsessed narcissist?"
Stop. Stop. Why? What? Come on.
They don't even explain.
Thoreau?
That's the most.
Thoreau? When did Thoreau get canceled? Thoreau's canceled. How did Thoreau get canceled? How do I not know that Thoreau's canceled? This is ridiculous, dude. So he's the most positive, happy. He's a transcendentalist. No. They believe in everyone is love and kindness and beautiful.
No. Thoreau sucks. So Thoreau's then canceled. The show continues, and it's like kind of awkward and whatever. And then you know that moment when like the guy and girl really start liking each other. Well, this one was when the guy decides that they're going Christmas caroling with the family. It's very awkward.
Okay.
The guy decides to take his girl and sing "Baby, It's Cold Outside." She says, "No, I don't want to sing those lyrics because they're non-consensual." He says, "No, go along with it. I'll sing consensual lyrics. I'll change the lyrics and we'll change it."
That's like a scene. That's a premise.
That's the premise for the scene. And it's as bad as you think. It goes, the girl sings like, "I really can't stay." And he sings, "Here's the door. I've got to go away. Here's my phone. I wish I knew how. Please go. This is totally consensual. To break the spell, I'll call a cab right now." It was bad.
But she sings all those lyrics to him first in the original 1950s, whatever, back then.
Dude,
the girl female sings it to the guy, and the guy sings it to the girl.
I was just watching this, like, what have we done?
This is so people think this is cute. Are we? I don't know. Like, is this the culture now? It's number one on Netflix.
I was soft. All I know is there was no Love Hard.
But they didn't. Look, Netflix didn't cancel Dave Chappelle. It's not like you think Netflix, because of Chappelle, they said, "Hey, let's do something good for the culture," and they did this as like a left-wing gesture. It's almost like a gesture, like, "Hey, the Chappelle thing, we didn't do anything.
No,
but we put out Love Hard, and we made a great commentary on Baby It's Cold Outside."
It was like every single issue had to be commented on. I mean, my whole thing is like, I don't care. Like, you don't have to like Thoreau. But they bring Thoreau up just to like dunk on him. Like, the whole premise is you bring Thoreau up to be like, for the girl to be like, actually, he's a piece of trash.
What did Thoreau do? They were like these
and then you don't have to play the song, but you bring the song up to go, actually, that song's like totally non-consensual, and then we're gonna sing a consensual version. And then there's a whole scene about the fact that she's a vegan.
Okay.
She's a vegan and she has to stand by her beliefs and be a vegan and blah blah blah. And like that was the big crime of the other guy, was he's like a meat eater. It was just weird. It felt like I was being preached to by a person who didn't really believe in anything, but like sort of believed in all the things. You know what I mean? Like they took all the tropes and it was crazy. It was so. I'm canceling like Christmas this year, guys. I'm canceling it.
But to make her vegan too, like she's a vegan journalist who's bringing up like nonstop social justice issues. It is like a bit of a caricature. It's almost like you're making fun of
But they're not making fun. That's the thing.
No, but the guy in the end is like, I love you and I'll do anything.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, what? Okay, but then do they ever? Okay, so romantically, you and your wife, you sit down to watch this movie. We said at the beginning that like these movies serve a purpose in the culture. They make you want to be more in love. At the end of this movie, did you and your wife say, you know what? Just stay on your side.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You know what? Not feeling this actually.
No,
because we were laughing at it the whole time, and I thought maybe
good.
that's the like, maybe that is the purpose of these movies. Like maybe it's a cringe, and in a way, that's what Hallmark always was. But it's sort of a.
But it's
like
it's
you
liberal.
Cringe for another reason. You cringe for another reason.
But they're not even Hallmark. This is like like they're doing a social justice Christmas movie. Like Hallmark is usually very
weird.
traditional.
It was just weird because the other thing too is like, I think that "Baby It's Cold Outside" like song was actually, from what I hear. I mean, I don't know if this is totally true, but what people say is like we look at this in the modern age and we think, oh, that sounds totally like weird. But back in the day, girls like were very forced to be at home, So it was almost a liberation song for women who like want to get out there, want to have a good time. It was like, no, you don't have to listen to what your parents say.
She sings
like
all the lyrics back to him before they do it. Like it's like she literally gave consent. Like she literally sings all the things back to him and says how much she wants to stay and hang out, whatever.
But listen, I don't want to get
to
the
problem that he said it, saying it first. I just don't get.
No,
these,
I think the thing is it's like it is like almost you're writing headlines to bait people into getting mad. I mean, I think the whole movie was that. It was like the whole movie was like, let's just bait people into thinking we've gone off the deep end.
Yeah, it's almost like a troll. Is it a troll movie? You think these executives get together and they go, let's just write something so wacky that it'll just mess with their minds? Because the liberals are going to see this and be like, hey, I'm not a psycho. Mm-hmm. Like most liberals are not doing this. This is wacky shit. This is like a stereotype of a liberal. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I mean, like, yeah, there's a lot more of that too, like in the thing. A lot of it was like, let's write a movie that breaks down norms. That's what a lot of the movie was like, let's do like a non-traditional story. And I guess that's fine, but don't do it during Christmas. I just want to watch the same movie over and over again on Christmas. That's what it's always been.
It's a traditional movie. It's a movie about a tradition called Christmas. So you're doing a non-traditional. Yeah, it's interesting.
Well, no. Yeah, because one of the things too is like the guy is like very, he like, instead of being like an athlete or something like that, he like makes candles. And that's a big thing in the movie is he's like afraid people are going to hate on his candle making. And it's like, oh, my dad and brother are going to hate me for making candles. And it's like,
what?
No.
Baby, like, live your life. If you're making money, go flex on them. Go be like, you fucking losers. I'm getting this candle money, bitch. Fuck you, dad. Go do that.
It really was this weird thing where they were like, yeah, dude, everyone's going to hate me because I'm a guy making candles. It's like,
is he making big money? Like, why is he doing the candles?
Issue, dude. What's the issue?
What's the issue? Yeah.
He's afraid. Well, he's afraid to sell it because he doesn't know what his dad's going to think.
No, but he's making big bucks in the candles or what? What's up? Is he popping off? Is he making millions? Because I think his dad will understand. I think daddy's going to say, oh, you're making that money? Let's get in the candle game.
Dude, does anybody care about this? I feel like nobody cares about this.
What, this movie?
Yeah.
If you're saying it's number one on Netflix.
It is number one on Netflix. I guess people do care, right? People
give
do
her
care.
A rip, dude. Give her a rip. Give her a rip around the block.
I was pissed. If you guys have seen this, let me know what you think.
What does the audience think of this? Like, I can't
emergency
watch
drip
movies and TV shows anymore. I can't watch I can't watch movies and TV shows anymore. I'm watching Succession. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Fourth season now.
What's Succession?
Oh, it's incredible, dude. It's such a great show.
Why wasn't I watching
relatable.
that?
It's an HBO show. That's why. Because HBO, you still have to pay for HBO. But it's a show basically like imagine the Fox News guy, like the owner of Fox News. Like this rich guy, this guy, he's a lion, dude. He's incredible. He's such a fierce, but he's an asshole too. Like he's mean. But then basically the whole show is he's dying and he's giving away his empire to his kids. But instead of just giving it to them and being like, okay, I'm done, because he has enough money to do that, he basically makes them all fight for it. It's crazy. It's just like it's kind of like The Crown, where you're like, oh, these the richest people in the world, and it's all regal. The opening is like this symphony, like this beautiful music, like opera, not opera, like classical kind of music. It's so good though. It's tight. It's like remixed classical music. It's so good. The whole thing, like they're so opulent. Like when they have to do a meeting, they'll both get in a helicopter, and they're just doing power moves on each other. And dude, they don't even hug but there's no love or care in their life. Like they're just so rich, and there's all a bunch of scumbags. It's an incredible show. It's like the soundtrack.
That's the soundtrack.
Yeah,
for you guys to know.
So
I'll check it out. I need to watch a good movie,
or
a good show, or anything.
They're so evil, dude, that like the guy is in the limo at some point and he's like, why don't you hug me? And she's like, we don't hug. And he's like, yeah, but if the cameras are there, you gotta do a hug. They're in a big media battle in the show.
I always wonder what it would be like to grow up in a house like that, where you're like, everything is an act, and like, yeah, like there are people who definitely grow up like this. Well,
dude,
guys,
the Trump kids.
Oh yeah, dude.
They're like, what is their life, dude?
And they have to compete for daddy.
Shows. They got to compete for daddy, dude. On the TV show, he made on Apprentice, he made them do interviews. Like he did interviews with his own kids, and he goes, "Tell me why you would be a good asset for the company." And they were like, "Well, Daddy, I love you the most, and I really love you, and I will be the greatest manager you've ever seen, Daddy." Like it's so dumb, dude. It's on NBC primetime.
Wild.
It's weird, dude.
They should bring that back. That would get hella ratings.
That's what he needs to do. He needs to go back to the basics. That's
what he needs to do, dude. That's
what's this stupid Twitter? He's making his own. What's a free speech platform he made? Idiot.
We got a lot to talk about.
Apprentice.
We got a lot to talk about. A lot of super chats though, real quick.
A lot of super chats. Let's get this.
$5. Yo, drip at night. I love this. Amish Best Meditations, by the way. Top ramen. Yo, are you still doing the live stream tomorrow? No. Amish is going to Panama. The Poopy Corn. Finally able to do my karmas, supporting the Rip and Dip with Skamish and CNNzilla. Wes Frey, $10. Got my Zilla swag in the mail early. I'm digging the white hoodie, and my GF hates her yellow Coffeezilla shirt. Perfect reactions. Good job. Well done, great. My friend. Roberto Blake in the chat. What's up, Roberto?
What's up, Habibi? How you doing?
And guys, we've got a lot to get through today.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
I mean, the Rittenhouse. I mean, we got
to talk about Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse, as a fellow vigilante, I mean, you are like an internet vigilante. So when he got up and say, no, that's rough, man. But you are a vigilante. He is his own, like, it's an ugly cry. It is like, okay, whatever.
I feel like Rittenhouse is the perfect story to just capture America's attention.
It's so good, dude.
He's either a murderer or he's like the poster child for self-defense. And nobody and it's nobody believes it's both. And well, I take that back. Have you watched the trial?
I've watched a bunch of footage from it. I watched the footage where the guy's like, did someone coach you to do this? And he's like, you coached me to do it. Like, dude, that's what threw the trial off.
Oh, no, there was.
Did you see that?
There was a lot of hot moments.
There's some hot moments in there.
The prosecutors, well, everybody, okay, dude, nobody's clean. It's very interesting. I think if you watch the case, you come away with a very different perspective than people who just looked at the headlines. And that is a problem. People who looked at the headlines think Rittenhouse is the worst human on the planet. Yeah. If you watch the case, if you actually watch the trial, and it's annoying. I wasted way too much time last week. I knew nothing about the Rittenhouse.
Oh, you watched all of it. So you think he's a good guy, like good Samaritan?
That's not all what I said. I just said I watched it. Wait, let me finish.
I'll let you. Sorry.
Hold on.
No, go ahead.
I thought I knew nothing about Rittenhouse other than something Kenosha. I literally knew nothing. So I was watching the case, and I was watching media coverage, and media coverage is like, Rittenhouse, the killer of 2 people, admits to this, and this. And then I'm watching the trial, and crazy stuff gets admitted. Like the main guy who survived admitted that he didn't shoot Rittenhouse until he was like this, hands in the air, and then he swung his Glock around, and they have this like crazy shot where the guy who got his bicep blown off, He's aiming his gun at Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse is sitting on the ground aiming his rifle up at him, and he's shooting his rifle, and the guy's bicep is exploding. But the point is, the guy has his gun on Rittenhouse, and Rittenhouse has his gun on him. So that's clear self-defense. But so there's crazy stuff like that came out in the case. Now, I think what's going to happen, just my opinion after seeing the trial, he's going to get off on self-defense. Like it or not. I just think the facts are sort of like just based on the pure legalese. However, was this guy looking for trouble when he goes to Kenosha? Absolutely. This guy, this kid, this is sort of the problem. Is he sort of he wanted to go protect this guy's thing. He brought his AR. He sort of there's some footage that was not admitted into the like whole thing, but we know about where he seems to have wanted to see some action, and you sort of put yourself in that position. You find the problem, and then you end up like in that situation, and you go, "Oh, it's self-defense," and it's like, yeah, it was self-defense, but then again,
yeah, you came all the way over here with this gat, dude.
Yeah, because like
you come with a gun, like what?
It's so,
it's an instant.
It's hard for me, but here's the thing: under current laws, he's going to walk.
It's technically legal.
He's free. I think you can't say it's not free, and he was attacked in each instance, but
he's like going there to to instigate people. So it's honestly, it's one of those things where it's like morally, I'm not with him, and legally, I think he's clean, and morally, I think he's rotten, dude. And I do feel, and look, it's not salvageable. Like, hold on,
wait. No. Morally, dude, the kid is 17. That's the crazy thing. True. Or when it happened, the kid is like it was actually hard to watch. The kid is like he's talking about it, and you can tell this kid's like PTSD'd. Like he's talking about it, he starts just hyperventilating, and he starts crying like this, and you're just like, holy crap! Like this guy's like, of course you're traumatized. If you killed two people and blew a guy's arm off, unless you're some psycho, you're gonna be traumatized.
No, this is the action he was looking for in a sense, but then it's not what he wanted.
He was a child trying to go be a soldier, whatever. He had an AR-15, and he found his action, and now his life's like, you know.
So you think this cry is real, though? You think he has an ugly cry? Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. He has an ugly cry. That's fine. But part of me
fake?
Like this is an acting coach. Like, you know, because we've seen a lot of this shit, dude. We've seen people coming out. Harvey Weinstein's shaking his ass. Like,
I think if you what, let's watch it go down.
Describe your approach to car source number 3.
As I'm walking down Sheridan Road,
tell us in chat,
somebody scream,
real or fake?
Burn in hell, and I replied with friendly, to let them know, hey, I'm just here to help. I don't want any problems. I just want to put out the fires if there are any. I continue walking, and then I notice the Duramax. I notice a flame in the back seat of the Duramax, and I stepped towards the Duramax, and as I'm stepping forward, I believe his name is now Joshua Zeminski. He steps towards me with a pistol in his hand, and as I'm walking towards to put out the fire, I drop the fire extinguisher, and I take a step back.
Okay. When you step back from Mr. Zeminski, what's your plan?
In front of Mr. Rosenbaum was now running from my right side, and I was cornered from in front of me with Mr. Zeminski, and there were three people right there.
Take a deep breath, Kyle.
That's what
going to just take time for our break anyway. You can just relax for a minute, sir. We're going to take a break.
Is that his wife?
No, I think that's his mom. He's
his
young.
mom. Sorry,
he's young.
Yeah, he's young. He's 17. That's right.
Or, what do you think? I mean,
I don't know.
Maybe people. I don't know. It's hard to fake breathing like that. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not an actor, so
you know what it is. It's like it almost. And I am coming from this almost from a more of an actor's perspective. It's like if
something
you're
of an actor yourself.
Yes, and I do act, right. The whole thing that they teach you in acting, right, is that make it real, make it like real life, because if you add stuff, that's fake. Like if you're truly, because how do people cry in real life? I don't know. Like I feel like they just cry.
If well, it depends. Like if it's like yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Depends on how you look at it.
But I can tell you for sure that in a movie, this would not fly. They'd be like, hey, it looks like too much. Like, right? In a movie, I'm saying.
Yeah, because no, but like in a movie, you want people to sort of like pretty cry. This is like ugly cry,
yeah,
dude. That's true, right? Like you would never do this in a movie because it's horrible. Nobody wants to watch a character do this.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, okay, cool. No,
So
hey, yeah.
No. But anyway, the point is not the crying, but it was like it's interesting. So it's interesting to watch the media coverage versus the trial itself. At first, when the prosecutor has just been a train wreck the whole time. I don't even think people who believe this guy's guilty.
They have no money, dude. These prosecutors are working for the government. They're like they suck always.
And then the judge like gets totally on Rittenhouse's side.
The judge is full of Rittenhouse.
To the point he's trying to get like the case in Rittenhouse's favor, dude. For sure, dude.
Right? It looks like that. There's so many clips like that. But who knows? Like that's messed up. That is crazy that the judge is on his side.
Well,
and I've seen American judges.
Thing. Go ahead. Yeah. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, have you seen the documentary about the American judge who's like getting paid off by some prison company, so he's like putting kids in jail? Like it's like a whole time. It's crazy, dude. Like these judges, you think that they would never do this, but they have agendas, man. They believe in something. That's why
maybe.
They're there.
Well, here's the interesting thing about this judge.
Yeah.
Apparently, the local paper or something wrote about this judge and says you never want to be the defense getting this judge. Like this guy's really hard on people. Yeah. So it's interesting that he would say that he would be biased towards the defense.
Anyone? Why show that? Why?
Well,
show?
No. I'm just saying there are judges who are tough on some things, tougher than others. This judge allegedly was tough on the defense. And so it's weird that he's so seemingly friendly towards the defense. Like he's like chewing the prosecution out, partially because the prosecution is also being terrible, 100%.
When that guy said, like, even on the thing, he kind of said, like, he's like, did someone coach you? And he's like, yeah, you did. Something like, it's like straight up. Like he just,
I know the prosecution's like literally.
It's like, dude, that is like done. You idiot. You ruined the whole case. Like you ruined it. They could have had some kind of.
It's actually been so bad for like the prosecution has been so freaking bad.
But that's a tough spot to be in the prosecution where the guy agreed to it. Then he comes out.
Then he goes back. He goes, "Weren't you the one telling me?"
He's like, you coached me. He's like, yes, and I coached you not to say that. Yeah. So in the court, dude. But that's why the judge. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying you're not supposed to say it, Johnny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we had an agreement. Sir, we had an agreement? Like, what the hell? What are you doing?
Whatever you think, this case has been unbelievable to watch. It's been swing after swing after swing. And then, so then the prosecution seemed like they were completely falling apart. The one day that I thought they did good was against Rittenhouse himself when they're cross-examining Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
The prosecution got Rittenhouse to admit that this guy Rosenbaum, who everybody's saying he was a bad dude. He was definitely a bad dude, but he threatened Rittenhouse, I think, or something like that. Anyways, Rittenhouse's defense, for self-defense, you have to say that you had imminent threat to your to like grave bodily danger or something, and like, or death. So Rosenbaum, the whole idea is like Rosenbaum posed a threat to Rittenhouse, right? And everyone's seen that video of Rittenhouse getting chased across the parking lot.
Yeah.
And Rosenbaum swallowing him.
Not good. Yeah.
Rittenhouse turns around, shoots him. So we heard that Rosenbaum had a chain in his hand or something like that. Well, the prosecution eventually gets Rittenhouse to admit that he knew at the time that Rosenbaum had nothing in his hand. And so the idea was, well, why'd you shoot him? And he said, well, I believed he was going to take away my gun and shoot me with it. And the prosecution's like, well, did he say he was going to take your gun? No. Well, but he did make threats earlier in the day. Like, it's confusing. Yeah. But ultimately, if Rittenhouse hadn't had an AR-15 strapped to his chest, would he have been in threat for his life? Probably not. Which is this weird thing that I don't know how to negotiate. I'm going to admit here, guys, I don't know how to like legally. Well, remember,
you know what's so sad? You know what's so sad about this though, dude? Is like this costs millions of dollars, by the way, and all these adults are like everyone's supposed to be an adult here or whatever. But it does remind me. Remember when you were in like middle school and someone got in a fight, or like have you ever been involved in a fight and you go to the principal's office and they're trying to get to the bottom of it all, and it's so dumb and it's so immature. What's the difference? It's like, this is ridiculous, man. You did not need to go there with a gun. That's the issue. So morally, I'm not with this guy. But it seems like legally, once you're there and you're in that situation, then yeah, of course you had to shoot people. Are you crazy? Well, no. People are so upset, and you go there, and he is like a presence there too. Like people are tweeting about him and whatever. Like he's a presence there. So then it agitates the other side. Then the other side is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get rid of you. Or like the guy maybe made a threat. He did definitely it sounds like he made a threat, whatever. So,
he was threatening everyone that night. He was just telling everybody he's going to kill him. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. Apparently, he was convicted of a bunch of crimes. But the point is, Rittenhouse didn't know that at the time. He just knew he had been, or threats were going around, and he had a gun. He was afraid the guy was going to take away the gun. The whole thing just sounds like he was a kid who went to a thing, brought a gun, trying to be a man. And ultimately, he ended up taking 2 lives, almost taking a third. It's like crazy.
So ridiculous, dude. And imagine your parents. Like, dude, would your parents let you go? 17? Where are this guy's parents?
Dude,
people are hailing him as some kind of hero. This is foolish, man. You should not send your kid. On Fox News, they bring this guy up right now and they go, he's a hero. He cared about the community. Idiot. You send your 17-year-old to go do some dumb shit like this? Ridiculous. It's unacceptable. It's not good parenting.
Guys, if you disagree with this, tell us why. I'm saying good take,
because 17
bad
years
take,
old with the AR-15 to go there and to like you are going and agitating people, and then fair enough, like fine, they did. So legally, I don't think there's anything either, actually. But I morally, why do this? Why go out of your state? You should be telling your friend, hey man, while all that shit's going on, come live with me. Let's go party. Let's go do something fun and be loving in this world. Not go to a fight.
Here's the question.
Yeah.
Let's say hypothetically, it's not. So the whole thing just comes down to the fact that it sounds like, or at least according to testimony, he wasn't invited to that store. He just basically showed up.
Oh my God, yeah, that's right.
like the guy asked his friend to do it or something, and he showed up.
Yeah.
He texted the guy. He's like, he volunteered. He wanted to basically go shove himself in the middle of it. Take that away from this case, right?
Why is it? No. What about all these?
Wait. But I just want to ask, just as a hypothetical, to kind of gauge where you're at, because this is where we might find some disagreement. Let's say it's not somebody else's store. Let's say it's my store. Let's say I have a storefront, and there's going to be a riot there. Or I know there's going to be some kind of a thing where my business might be in jeopardy. What precautions can I take, knowing the fact that just bringing a gun and sitting outside is already going to stir people up a little bit, but like you should have a right to defend your property. But your property, not you're not going to go to your neighbor's house and go, I'm going to defend his property, right? But
No, but once you say
where is the line? Where is the line?
I would say if you ask someone, if you ask even your family friends and said, "Hey, the riot's gonna happen. I need y'all down at the store. We got to hang out. Would you like what I would say is take everything valuable out of the store. What's the maximum cost here? They destroy the whole thing. Sucks. Go to insurance. They destroy the front. They do something. Whatever.
No. But you're saying like go to insurance or something. I mean, what if you're not sure the insurance is going to pay for it? I'm saying, what if there's legitimate threat to your property, legitimate threat to your business? Maybe your business goes on.
Fair enough.
This. Where does the line get drawn?
I'm saying, is it worth your life? I'm saying my first answer to that is it worth your life? Because you go there and start doing some fighting.
It's not worth your life.
So like that's my only issue with it is that you're gonna be there, you're gonna bring, you have a wife and kid. Let's say you do have a kid and you have family, and family's not gonna let you, like they might want to come and be like, okay, let us come with you or something like this, and it's for stuff, right? And I understand that this is a big problem that this is your livelihood and you gotta fight on some level. You gotta fight for it. I've seen some terrible videos of people being like, my store was ransacked and I'm out of business now and I'm screwed. Like that sucks. Well, but that's where I think your family can help you out and bring you out, but not go to fight. I don't see it.
No, I think at some point you got to defend your property. Listen, a lot of times your business is your way of life. I mean, it is the way you don't starve, is you have a business.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
But that is not the case here. Now people are saying he didn't defend the property, he defended his life. Guys, what we're saying is he showed up, he didn't have to be there.
Yeah, he didn't have to be there.
The truth is, like what? If he was, so the first guy he shot was Rosenbaum. If Rosenbaum had been chasing him down a thing, right, and he didn't have a weapon with him, and Rosenbaum didn't have a weapon with him, okay, he might get like punched or something. Is he going to get killed? Probably not. I mean, like I don't think there's a clear threat to his life.
He has the AR-15, but the other people.
I'm saying if he hadn't brought an AR-15 though. What I'm saying is, any kind of gun you bring, especially if you're open carrying, it immediately escalates the situation, whether it should have been or not. So, like, if you and I are like talking whatever, and maybe we're fighting, and maybe it's going to come to blows. If I have a gun strapped to my chest, that totally changes.
And if you start fingering it, you start like,
no.
Yeah?
Even if I don't.
Oh, what did you say? What the fuck did you say?
Right. Even if I don't.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, even if I don't, and you grab me, now, instead of just being worried about you grabbing me and shoving me, I have to worry about you're going to grab my gun and shoot me. I don't know, right? So now I have a legitimate threat on my life, which it would be totally legitimate, but it's kind of caused by me.
It's foolish. Yeah, that's the thing. And being there. You don't need to go home, man. You should be,
bad parenting.
Why not go party?
Stephen
with the same as, you know what? This guy watches Jocko. I promise you he watches Jocko. No, he's a Jocko. He's a Jocko fan. Sorry,
I freaking love chat for these topics, dude. I love this. So Helia Rosa, good point. Stephen with the she shouldn't have worn a skirt excuse. Very interesting point. He's saying, wow, you're victim blaming. With the you're wearing a gun, so you're escalating.
Oh, things. Yeah. Oh, you're wearing a skirt. It's a gun. It's not a skirt. It's a gun.
Get triggered.
Let's not make it that. He was wearing a skirt. No, that's not the same thing. Oh, he's got a gun. He's asking for it. He was asking for it. Don't say it. He has a gun. He's a horny little slut and wanted to get banged up the. No. Enough of this. What are they thinking, dude? Some people, defenses, the YouTube videos are ridiculous right now, dude. The YouTube videos right now are like, there's so many right-wing YouTube videos that are like, the left won't admit that they just got owned. Because they just look at it as a victory for Rittenhouse. It's not a victory for Rittenhouse. Morally, you are bankrupt. This guy is ridiculous. Meaning, why are you going at 17 years old with a gun to this thing?
Right.
It's ridiculous. You don't need to be here. Foolish. And Fox News, a bunch of adults, a bunch of people that would smack their goddamn kids if they said, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Oh, you're gonna go big party? No, I'm gonna get the AR-15 and go to this riot. No, you're not. Dude, there's no way. All these Fox News idiots that are supporting this guy, they're saying, oh, he's a great guy. No way. Oh, yeah, really? Send your kid. No, he's in university. He's partying. He's doing cocaine, probably. Let's be honest. And Rittenhouse, and they're trying to turn him into a hero. He's not a hero. This is ridiculous. There's no reason to be there. But and that's not to shame him either. I mean, he's 17 years old. He is foolish. He's foolish.
But here's the thing. I mean, it's not just it's bad behavior on a lot of sides. Listen to this. This is the other thing that I've been trying to hint to, but I don't think you're taking me seriously. This is how bad the behavior of journalists has been with this. Everyone has come into this case with their mind already made up on this guy. Nobody's watching the case. So Gage Gozenkreutz or something was the guy who survived. Yeah, calm down. Take a breath. Look at this. Yeah. He admitted in cross that he was lunging forward and pointing his loaded gun at Rittenhouse when he was shot. He was literally doing that. An hour after that, NPR posts this. Gage Gozenkreutz, the only person who survived being shot by Kyle Rittenhouse last year at a chaotic demonstration by Kenosha, Wisconsin, took the stand at Rittenhouse's homicide trial. He acknowledged he was armed with a pistol at the evening of the 25th, 2020, but that his hands were raised when he was shot by Rittenhouse. That is a literal lie posted by, it's it's so wrong. It's so untrue. It's funny when they do it, is it? It's an outrage so when Fox does it, but it's funny when NPR does it.
Yeah, yes, and no, it's stupid when everyone does it. It's so stupid.
That's what I'm saying,
no
dude.
Way,
it's
man.
bad.
That's
it's bad.
Why lie? Everyone needs to stop lying. Just tell the truth.
Oh, dude, it's so bad. The other thing too is with this part about they say he acknowledged he was armed. This was a big moment in the trial. This guy has been saying in police reports that he didn't have a gun. So it's not that he acknowledged. It's he lied about having a gun. It's the most critical thing. It's they're totally smearing the guy, Rittenhouse. Yeah. Now, again, do I agree with Rittenhouse? No, I don't think he should have been there. I think it's ridiculous. I do think he's going to, technically, on the legal side, if you're looking at it legally, he's probably
legally he's fine. Yeah,
well, I don't know if he's fine. I just think he's going to get acquitted.
He's going to get acquitted, and I do think he is traumatized. And I do think he is maybe on some level genuinely crying, maybe for his life and for his let me live, let me get out there and let me be a citizen still. Don't lock me up. He is crying maybe on some maybe emotional, but overall the morality, I don't see it on his side.
Dude, this case has been such a train wreck from beginning to end. Yeah. No, I agree with you though. I agree with you, but check this out.
You wouldn't let your kid go.
No.
No way.
You know what? It's very similar to a Travis Scott concert. I was laughing about the Travis Scott thing.
You would let your kid go. That's sad because you would let your kid go.
It was such a sad event, but the headlines coming out of it were hilarious. I even tweeted when I had to retract the tweet because you can get misconstrued as you're talking about the victims, and it's no, I'm not talking about the victims. One of the headlines was literally Travis Scott promises to pay funeral costs for those who died at Astroworld. It's such a horrifying. It's what are you doing, Travis? This is the least you could do. He's I'll pay. Yeah, sure. I'll put him in the ground. He was singing walk-off songs as the dead bodies are getting carried through the crowd. Anyway, but you look at these shows. Some of the kids there were 15 years old. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody knows. I mean, maybe parents don't know, but all these festivals and stuff. It's just a bunch of kids on MDMA and acid and
I used to go to festivals. No, there's some good festivals. There's some joyful, happy,
You think
fun
you go
festivals.
to Astroworld to go sober?
I guess so. I used to go sober. No, we drank beer. We would go and be we're having a beer when I went to these festivals. I'm having a beer. I'm a bad boy. But that's maybe because I'm
maybe I'm generalizing. Maybe I'm generalizing. Yeah. I have a few friends who'd go to these, especially in college.
Today, for sure, it's you got to take MDMA and
cocaine. And it was most of that stuff was probably laced.
Yeah, yeah, dude. And cigarettes are back. I don't know what's happening with this generation, dude. I mean, first of all, the cigarettes are just back hard.
Boomer.
And people are doing MDMA and people are like oxy and shit. Dude, there's oxy out there and cocaine like crazy and fentanyl crazy.
Yes.
It's insane right now.
It's terrible. But my point is that somehow the parents have to be responsible for this stuff. If your kid's a minor, why are you letting him go to this especially when the streets are closed off, this protest with a gun?
Yeah, dude.
Come on.
Where are your parents, man? I mean, yeah, it's so sad because the morality not with it, but legally, I think he's gonna get off. It's too much.
Isn't it? Dude, it's such an interesting case.
It always turns into a mess like that.
Did you see the pinch? Did you see the pinch?
What's the pinch?
The pinch Zoom, the Rittenhouse pinch.
No, let's see the Rittenhouse pinch.
Well, it's actually the judge. The judge. This was wild, dude. The judge basically was ruling on a thing about this pinch. They were trying to zoom in really far into this thing, and the judge was like basically saying, you have to prove that the pinch doesn't add pixels to the thing. Where is it, man? I was looking.
The pinch. You mean like is it when you pinch and you expand a picture or make it smaller?
Yeah, like the AI doesn't just add
pixels to it.
Add pixels.
Weird. What are they trying to pull? Like, oh, this pixel could have been a gun? Come on.
No, they were saying, yeah, like did he point the gun or not? It was like that serious.
Oh, that's how pixelated it was? Oh my god.
Yeah, like was he raising the gun or not?
That's
I'm trying to find the.
And is it was Rittenhouse raising the gun, or the other person raising the gun?
Rittenhouse doing the gun.
Oh right.
Okay, here we go. I think I found one.
I decided not to intervene yesterday. I did ask Mr. Well.
Watch this judge though.
Armstrong. Some questions. And try to better understand.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab a beer. 1 second.
Yeah, grab it.
I didn't.
He's silly, this guy.
In spite of a temptation to do so, when I get messages from some of my friends, my few remaining friends, I have they come as texts, and then they start belittling me or whatever in one way or another, and it can be quite lengthy. The exchange that's going on between them and us, but they're entertaining, and so I don't know how to save text messages. I haven't figured that out, and I haven't, I have a lot of things that I'm doing, so that's a low priority for me to figure out how to save a text message, and I don't want to leave them on my phone forever. I want it off so that it's clean, so when I look at it, I'm looking just at the fresh stuff. So then I do a screenshot of it, and I email it to myself to save it. But I found, to my distress, that some of them are pretty long.
Where did Amish go?
And they show up
I'm right here.
in my email. Like
I'm listening,
this,
though.
like a little ribbon.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, he's doing this classic.
Do you hear the thing about his friends? Like, this is the boomer thing again.
It's so silly.
My parents aren't getting my campaign emails.
Yeah. He's like, sometimes my emails, they don't go to my friends.
Did you hear?
And then I get a text message.
Like my friends make. I don't have many friends, but when I do talk to my friends, they make fun of me.
So goofball.
And like it was like he's a goofball.
He is a goofball, dude.
He did say train wreck, dude.
It is. He's a mess, and it is weird because lawyers are very conscious of media. They know that media is one of their tools for fighting.
Yeah.
And the idea that he's openly just being like, I'm with Rittenhouse on this. Like, come on, dude. You're a judge.
I stand with her.
Like, just pretend. Hey, idiot. Pretend.
You know what's funny, too?
Yeah.
People, okay. Actually, this is interesting. I want your take on this. I want the people's take on this.
Yeah.
The judge apparently, in the middle of the trial, I was listening to the trial. I thought something was wrong, like up. Somebody's cell phone starts playing. I thought it was one of the people in the back.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize the song. Well, maybe I did. It was like but like it's like this like fraction of a song, right?
Right.
Well, I thought nothing of it. Twitter starts blowing up. They go, "Hey, that was the judge's phone." Turns out the judge's phone. Apparently, he like looked at it for a second. So people
and he's just playing Drake.
No, it was playing. You're gonna freak. It was playing Donald Trump's walk-on song.
Oh my! Oh, well, that's fine. Okay, what's his walk-on song? Is it? It's just a popular song.
That's the thing. At first, I was like, "Oh, that does kind of look bad."
Because Bill Clinton's walk-on song is
it's
"Don't
like
Stop
God
Thinking About
Bless
Tomorrow."
America or like I Love the USA or something. What is it, guys? It's like
by Bruce Springsteen, isn't it?
No. It's like it's America the Beautiful. It's not just
a pop song?
The point is, no, it was like what is the song?
Was it?
Yeah,
okay,
because it turns from oh he's like very like sort of pro one side to it could just be the judge being a patriot or something, which like is not a big deal like at all. It would mean nothing.
But why is it patriotic to say that you love Kyle Rittenhouse? I don't think that's patriotic. Is it?
No.
It is the Republicans do
It
have
would be
that,
patriotic to be the. It's God bless the USA. That's the song.
Oh, he could just be. Yeah, that's true. No, because Bill Clinton's song was "Don't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow," and that's a banger. That's a Fleetwood Mac banger. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. It'll soon be. And Bill Clinton did, and you just think like the future's gonna be bright. He's a sellout. He fucked up on a lot of shit. It's fine, but is Donald Trump's song like a mainstream song like that, or is it something that
God
only
bless
Donald
the
Trump would
USA
play?
is totally mainstream.
Can we
it's
play
not
it?
Specific. Yeah.
Oh. Can we play it? Let's hear it.
But look at this guy. This is John Cooper, it's one of these blue checks. Formerly National Finance Chair of Draft Biden 2016. Okay, whatever. He says Judge Schroeder's ringtone was audible during the trial, and it was "God Bless the USA." Same song Trump plays on stage at his rallies. Retweet if he needs to be replaced for showing bias that favors the defense. So this
what?
I think
no,
this is so
don't
stupid.
say.
And
just stick to the facts.
It's so dumb because these people like they pretend like they're fighting for you always know it because they do the please retweet. They act like they're fighting for justice and they go please retweet if you agree. Like
this is a stretch, right? Everyone in the audience,
it's not going to get them replaced. Let's be real.
Whichever side you're on, we can all agree this is a stretch.
I don't think
this is a stretch.
Let's listen.
Necessarily what I'm supposed to do. But I think the court has to make some findings as it relates to the bad faith on the part of the prosecutor.
This is where the defense is actually calling for a mistrial with prejudice, which would mean that they couldn't re-prosecute him. So normally when a case is dismissed, it's dismissed without prejudice, which means that you can basically be retried for the same crime. But this would be dismissed with prejudice, meaning we're throwing it out. And not only that, you messed up so bad. The prosecution had been bad.
And the judge.
They've been so bad that you cannot even retry him. So that was what they were playing for. And then this happened.
Prosecution. And if the court makes a finding that the actions that I had talked about were done in bad faith.
Yeah, see, the judge opens his phone.
Then I think both elements.
See, they're saying this is like a Trump thing. I don't know.
That's just this big song. That's a big track, big tune. But if it's Trump's walk-on song, okay, I'm seeing it now. Because a song like that, why would this dumbass judge who's like
no,
so
it's
out
God
of it,
bless the USA. This judge is like a nerd. He quotes.
he's a nerd.
He quotes when they were talking about going to recess. He's like, "It's like Lincoln said in 19, like 18, whatever."
No,
and
he's just
bro,
a nerd.
The guy's a nerd.
Yeah, he's weird. He's
or
weird.
17. I don't know. I'm not.
He's weird, but it's weird that he's openly being pro Rittenhouse, though. He is kind of like
he's so anti-prosecution. He's like, you should be ashamed of yourself. No pinch, no pinch, Dad.
You know what all this is, though? When you go into this, and this is what I feel about Fauci, too, and like all these, like these positions, right? It's all drama. Like you're going in with the drama. So the judge is coming in maybe with one side, and this prosecutor is probably emotionally, maybe I feel like he's not strong enough, because what happens is the judge starts messing with him and it polarizes. Like he just kind of like almost it's like mind games, like almost off the jump. He's kind of saying like, well, you haven't done this correctly and you haven't done that. And you need to figure this out. And the prosecutor, there's certain things that they should have been on top of that they really screwed up.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Like you told me to say, like when that guy said to the prosecution, you told me to say this. Like they were like, did anyone tell you to say this? And they were like, you told me to say this. Basically, it's like, I feel like that's what ruined the case. I have a clip of it in the thing, but like I feel like that's what ruined the case. I mean, you can't just say that. Like, I mean, you can't, like this whole thing's over. But I do feel like the judge might have come in on the other guy's side. Like
let me pull up the
let's
clip. We
see
need to
it.
read a few of these super chats. We're way behind.
Oh yeah, let's read
Sarah
these.
499. I feel like Rittenhouse was part of some Bill Barr FBI secret war against dissent in the U.S. This situation didn't happen organically. It's too fake. Okay, weird take, but all right. Phil Erb, call center time. Let the community chime in. Yeah, maybe in a bit. Crimson, the original. Kyle worked in Kenosha and lived closer than anyone he shot. The people he shot had less of a reason to be there than Kyle.
I saw that. I don't know. That sounds like a different. Like I haven't heard that one yet. From everything I've seen.
Here's actually something I wanted to say. By the way, like I don't think it's just. I can't believe I haven't mentioned this yet. I don't think Kyle was the only person who was looking for trouble that night. I think basically everybody who got, like, if you look at everyone who got killed or injured, everybody was looking for trouble. Rittenhouse shows up with a gun. Rosenbaum chases him down chases the guy with a gun down across a parking lot. The other guy hits Rittenhouse, a guy with a gun, in the face with a skateboard twice. And then Rosenkratz or whatever points a gun at him. Yep. Everybody that night wanted to be some kind of vigilante, wanted to be some kind of hero, everyone went looking for a rowdy time.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, sometimes you mess around, you find out. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that everyone there cannot claim to be nobody was a innocent bystander who just was observing the scene and got like pot shotted, across the street. Like it wasn't like that. It was everybody was running around. Turns out like Rosenkreutz or whatever, like ran down an entire street, like blocks to go catch up to the kid, Rittenhouse. He said he was trying to make sure he was okay before pointing a gun at him. I mean, like these guys are so full of it.
Dude, have you been out with people like this? Like I even
I have so many friends like Rittenhouse.
Yes,
I have so many friends.
They're looking for fights. They're projecting fights. What they say in Buddhism and in all these like meditation things is that you have these traumas in your childhood and you project it and you look for it almost. So they are all going to this place where looking for a bit of a fight. And the sad thing is that some of them are on the right team technically, and some of them are on another team or whatever. Like whatever team it is, it's not even about the teams. It's about inside of the team. There's like people who want to fight, and there's people who want to make a deal, and there's people who are like righteous, and like you have the full spectrum inside your team. And it really divides the community though, that these guys went and like, of course this is going to happen because he went there looking for it. There's always people there like that because in real life, dude, you wouldn't go. And this is why the Patels, I'm a Patel, my family, like from day one, they've just been like, hey, we're not going to go downtown to a protest that might get violent and do this. Like, we don't believe in anything that much, but it's not even about believing in anything. We just don't think that that's the way. Like people came from Africa, dude, and lived in our house. So there is like that generosity of like, hey, he's like at one point in 1971 or something, Idi Amin was just killing all Indian people in Uganda. Mm-hmm. So all these planes, they just said, okay, we're all these airlines, they paid for by the governments. We're like, okay, we're going to take 10,000. We're going to take 20,000. So these people, Indian people that were put by the British in Uganda to basically be like the upper class of Uganda. In 1971, the government said, we're just going to kill these people if they don't leave by this date. So they got on planes. They came. People came to my house. Like people lived in my parents' house. And they're cool. Like I think that's a good way to help people. That's like a good way to be like, yes, we'll help. We'll contribute like this. But then when someone says, okay, now get an AR-15, come to this thing and make sure that nobody acts out of line. Stop. Why? You're going to make them act out of line. That's ridiculous.
Everyone comes to it, and everybody there basically was saying they were there to help people. Did you notice that? I don't know. Well, you didn't
they
watch
always feel like that.
No.
They always feel
Rittenhouse
like that.
brought like a thing of gauze and said he was a medic. And then the other guy...
Yeah, what's this medic shit? Is he training to be a medic? Because he sounds like he's in paramedic school.
He told people he was a I think certified in something, and he wasn't, and the prosecution had him admit that. No, I lied when I was saying that I was like an EMS, I think.
Yeah, EMS. Yes.
But
okay.
then goes and Kreutz or whatever. He was like, yeah, I was just, I'm sort of a doctor myself. Like I was actually going to help Rittenhouse out. I was worried about him because I was worried about trauma to his head or something. Like I saw him hit his. Basically, he's like, I wanted to make sure he was okay. And then 5 seconds later, he's holding a gun on the guy, and he gets his arm blown off. The point is that all these guys are saying, "Oh, I'm there to help."
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Come on. Let's read a few more of these. Clayton Jordan.
I feel like you could look at it as mental health issues.
No.
Across the board.
Gross Kreutz had a gun. How about if you were there, you are bad. That's kind of what we discussed. Geronimo Venti, Amish, you got to hit up that Venezuelan girl that called in from the show in Spain to talk about all her delusional MLM and Manap friends.
Cool. Yeah, thanks, man. I didn't see that.
John the Weeb, 5646, screw political parties. Let's elect a random righteous blue-collar worker and watch the political fallout from the media, like that truck driver in New Jersey. Yep, just don't look at what they say.
The old
Calvin
tweets.
Pokami, don't look at that. 999, love you. Dragon Boy, been loving the rips and dips, guys. Keep up the good work. Much love from Puerto Rico. Much love to you too, man. Thanks for the $20. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. You're appreciated. Calvin Pokami, love you too, baby. Damn.
People are saying he shouldn't have been there. The Wiz exactly. I'm sorry. Some people don't feel a connection. That can be. Anna Lee's $5. Hey guys, I'm from Kenosha and know a guy who went to school with Rittenhouse. Would love to chat over Discord. Great show as always. Cheers.
Sick. Yo, Johnny, did you read Johnny on the Spot?
I think so. What did he say?
It's interesting. Look at the LA riots. Asian business owners had no choice but to arm themselves and defend their businesses when the police were unable to respond. Huh. Interesting take. Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Look, dude. People have a right to defend their property. If you come... That's the whole thing about this. Is that everyone is looking at Rittenhouse like he shouldn't have done this, and he shouldn't have. At the same time...
It's not his property. He's not even home.
That's right.
He's going looking for trouble. And I mean, if you're saying that it's fake, okay, so the EMS shit is fake and they're going to help his friend shit is fake. So it's like...
The thing is, there were so many people there who were completely fine, completely peaceful. That's the majority of most of these things. The thing is, there's always people who get out of line. People like Gross Kreutz who brought a gun. People like Rittenhouse who brought a gun. Yeah. People who kind of try to make sure, for one reason or the other, they see themselves as like needing to take charge of the thing. And
that's it's a weird thing, right? Like
Joshua,
there's always people like this, like there's always people like this that are looking for a fight almost.
Joshua Mowdy, Coffee's arguments are lame in the kid's defense. Dude, it's not about my arguments. It's about the law. It's the law of self-defense. I mean, you can argue and say the law is unfair, but it's
I think legally it's fine. Look, the law is complicated. This is a big problem in the culture where people want it one side or the other. It's not one side or the other. It's complicated. The legal system is complicated. He is legally probably fine. That's the sad thing about this. That's the tragedy of it. Yeah. Legally, he's probably fine. But morally, he is not righteous. He's 17 years old, so he does deserve it's obviously his parents are like where the hell are his parents? That's the messed up thing. He's 17 years old. He shouldn't be there.
People said mostly peaceful. Lol. What do you think? Do you think protests are mostly peaceful? Do you think like when it becomes a riot, everyone who's there is rioting?
No.
Because the way I see it, to be honest,
most people are peaceful. Why are they saying lol? Have respect.
No, I don't know. Did y'all go to any of the protests? I didn't go to any of the protests.
I've been to protests and it's 99% peaceful. People come with their kids.
But is it one of those things where like it's peaceful, like it's 6 a.m. and then at 9 p.m. it gets wild? No.
I'll tell you what it is. You know what it is?
What is it?
It's the people who are protesting. It's really sad. Really sad. But this is the problem with being a lefty. Being a lefty, you have to love the one with severe mental illness. You have to love the homeless person who is like they're having issues, man. They're going through it. You have to love. The Republican doesn't love them, brother. They'll throw money at some organization, but as a lefty, as someone who goes to these protests and goes to these events, you have to be inclusive of them. And then they're a bunch of train wrecks.
I also feel like they walk all over you guys.
It's not. Well, you see it as walk all over, but it's really like people are trying to have patience with them because they've been traumatized as children, and we're trying to help. We like the most efficient way to bring them out
I'm saying
of that.
like some of these guys, like I was reading I think it was from that Seattle is Dying doc. There's that guy who's been arrested like 47 times. He's been arrested like 47 times.
Yeah, he's a mess.
He's like, oh, this
he's
is
an
great.
actor or something too, right?
They keep letting me out, and it's like, okay, wait, dude, you're just like, he's like spitting on the cops. The cops are like, please stop.
Yeah, they go. No, the best is especially when it's like such a liberal fucking documentary where the guy, like some guy is making a documentary about Seattle. He goes, the best scene though, my favorite scene is when the cops are like, hey, do you want a chocolate bar or a cigarette? Both, motherfucker! And he throws like some shit at them. It's like, guy, they're coming to help.
Enough. That's what I'm saying. Walk all over, man. It's like, it's crazy, dude. People are.
But here's the thing, right? You called that a walk all over, right? and look, I get it.
Yeah.
How it looks on the surface, it's so rude, and he's being a train wreck, an idiot. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Right. But like if we there's two ways to go on this. We can go the way of violence, or we can go the way of like, just like when you look in Norway, Sweden, whatever, their healthcare systems, dude, or their prison systems. They have these prisons that are just like little resorts. Like, you did this.
They have like 5 people to take care of. Okay, it's not the same. They don't have like 300 million people. It just gets problems magnify when you get more people. It's just a fact.
Okay, problems magnify when you get more people. Fair enough, but also problems magnify when you have a punitive system. A punitive system says you did a bad thing, right? Like you did something that's 10% bad. Right? Mm-hmm. Now, in reaction to that, I can say, hey, how do we fix it? Or I can say, you idiot, never do that again. So if I come in punitive, then you're going to come back 30% more, 60% more. And then I have to keep coming back in harder.
I think it just depends. I think some people respond to the whole, like, we'll give you therapy. And then some people like, yeah, again, they just take advantage. Let's open up the drip call center, guys. Let's get the drip. The people are freaking out, dude.
Let's talk to this person.
People are freaking out.
Because it just seems like do we think about the inefficiency of hitting someone?
All right, Phil, shut up.
Or like physically like tying them up or something. Who's Phil? Yeah,
he just spamming.
Let's see this
spamming chat.
Someone's spamming chat.
But he's saying, but Phil, you're welcome to join the call center along with everybody else. We're going to talk to everybody.
Yeah,
let's go, Brandon from Liz. Richard.
Oh, let's go.
Richard also says, let me guess, Amish thinks he's guilty. Coffee sees he's innocent. Did I get that right? No, actually. We actually agree a lot on this.
No. I think he's morally guilty and legally innocent.
That's what I said
legally,
too.
Like, honestly, yeah, of course. That's the logical thing. That's what the reality of the situation is. He went to this tough situation. This is the complexity that we have to delve into. We have to talk about the complexity of this issue.
No, dude, I want some hot takes, dude. Don't bring your complexity. I want some hot takes.
It's got to be. Well, the hot takes are going to come from complexity.
Bring the hotness, boys. All right, boys, get in the drip call center, dude.
Get in there.
Center.
Yo, we're going on Discord?
Discord? We're on Discord. Let's get it together.
I didn't say Discord.
That's what you said. For sure,
that's what you said. I said Discord. I said something like that. I stuttered on after Discord.
Let's get it together.
I said
Discord. Sipping on the apple juice. I didn't
say Dick Sword.
Dick Sword. No. I said you said Dick's cord. Okay.
Woo! Let's get it, dude.
Let's get in the drip call center.
Let's go in the call center, dude.
You guys have to join.
Rittenhouse. No, this is something that has to be.
Bring us your really hot takes.
Bring us studied.
Bring us your tired, your weary, your hot takes, dude. We need them all.
You're tired and you're weary and your hottest takes.
Amish doesn't believe in punishment. Lol. Some people need to be punished.
No, some people just need to be put in a situation where they can't do it again. You stop it from doing it again. Punishing. Look, we said this last week. The Buddha says that suffering. There's two eras of suffering. There's a suffering, and then there's the judgment on top of it. So when you get hit by an arrow, you don't stab yourself with another arrow. This person did something wrong. We just have to make sure they don't do that again. That's it. Any extra thing you hit on them, even Jesus says, even your Jesus, and I have respect. And Jesus says, forgive them. They know not what they do, brother.
Oh my gosh.
And that's it. Sorry. I know there's
I want to go Texas
Jesus.
On it.
There's a Texas Jesus, brother, that says, oh, you got to burn those motherfuckers. Hey, forgive them. They know not what they do. They're ignorant. Think about
Get in the call center, guys. We want to hear from you. Geronimo Vinci, has there been any recent governmental efforts to remove MLMs or from that convenient list of exemptions?
Dude, I have a
legally?
topic in here.
No.
Yo, Cinema? Cinema is like a democratic whatever. She's getting paid out by every MLM. We'll do the topic.
We'll do the topic. Neil W. 5 Canadian. If Rosenbaum wasn't there the night he got shot, nobody would have gotten shot or died. He just got released from a mental hospital, and look at his history, dude. I'm telling you, man.
I don't deny that.
Okay.
That doesn't mean like.
Let's jump in, guys. Annalise is up first. Wait, who is the guy saying that? Oh yeah, it was Annalise, right? That knew Rosenbaum. Or knew the guy?
No. She knew someone that went to high school at the Rittenhouse.
Let's talk.
Who said they knew someone who went to high school at the Rittenhouse?
I think it was Anna.
Hello, let's hit Anna.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Anna.
I can hear you. Hi,
yes,
Anna.
we can hear you. How are you doing?
What's up? How's it going?
Good. I'm doing well. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Tell us what's going on.
Tell us.
You're the person who told us that you knew a friend who knew Rittenhouse?
She's going to be like, oh my God,
Yes.
the Rittenhouse is the sweetest person alive. He's
No, I
just
wanna hear
bought
unbiased.
everyone
I don't know about
Valentine's Day
that,
cards.
but
No,
this
no.
is basically what I heard from this mutual acquaintance of ours. Is that I think Coffee, you said that the lack of parental supervision. That's 100% accurate from what I was told. So I guess he grew up in a single parent home, and his mother just wasn't able to be a very active part of his life, wasn't
That's
around
so
as
depressing.
much, and it's so sad. And I guess from this mutual friend's perspective, and I mean this is his opinion, is that Kyle was just trying to be a hero and kind of trying to be more important and get attention even. So
Well, he got it.
So sad.
Didn't have a father figure. And, his mom didn't have time. And this is like a issue of poverty and stuff like that. Like that's so sad. That's really depressing.
I don't know your friend, but I completely believe that's probably true.
Sounds
Especially,
right.
Especially the part about him trying to play a hero. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, that just definitely tracks with what I've heard from other people too. So, and just kind of the general community that he lives in, because I know a lot of people live there too. So
you're from Kenosha yourself?
Yes. So my family lives in Kenosha, and I grew up in the county that's on the Illinois side, so kind of right on the state line there. But they live in Kenosha now, and they live like 10 minutes from downtown, so that's kind of scary.
Yeah. Do you know the road that it all happened on, Sheraton Road? I guess.
So that's the main road. I lived off that road, so.
Wow. So you didn't know Rittenhouse personally at all. So I don't know if you caught it. We were trying to decide, like, I saw him crying up on the stand. I thought it was like he just was like, looked like PTSD to me. Did you see that? Did you have any thoughts?
Yeah, that's kind of what I think. I mean, I think you made a good point about the ugly crying, because when you're acting, you just don't cry.
Yeah, you just look sexy in the crying. That's true. The crying is more sexy.
Just kidding.
That's in acting in Hollywood.
It did kind of feel like PTSD to me, just because just the way, because he started talking calmly, like, okay, maybe his legal team prepped him for this, and then it just kind of derailed really quickly. And if you want people to believe you, you generally shouldn't show as much emotion. You gotta come off calm, like you're the sane one, like you were the one trying to diffuse the situation. So crying doesn't really help you always.
Agreed. Wow, this has been super helpful.
Good,
thanks for providing this context.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure it's been interesting to have your city blown up so much like this. No pun intended.
Yeah, for sure. I would just say that like crime.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, say that again. I didn't hear that.
It's just so strange to be the subject of national attention. Like, we're just a tiny, like, little no-name town.
Wow.
What were you gonna say, Amish?
Oh, I was just gonna say like something about I forgot. I don't remember.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Well, thank you, Anna. We're gonna let some other people hop on.
Thanks,
thank you
Anna.
for sharing that context. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening.
Night,
yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
See ya.
Man,
bye.
got stressed out. Yeah, that's the same small town.
I want to hear from Noritama. I think they were. It's cool to know, dude. We're such a male-dominated audience. It's always awesome when I hear, like, there's some girls in the audience. It's like, it's reassuring. It's like I hope we're not just appealing to one. Just
no, it's not a good look. It's not even a good look. It's not good.
No, it's not representative.
Yourself.
I want whenever we're talking, I want to understand what everybody's thinking, not just what 50% of people are thinking.
100%, dude. Women make the party tight. It's like if you go to a club, it's all dudes, sausage festival.
No, you don't want to see it.
You need girls.
Yeah.
They keep the vibe tight.
Keep the vibe tight. That's right. Noritama, what's up? I know you got a hot take.
Nora, what's up?
Let's hear it, dude.
Tell us.
How you doing, man?
I can't hear you guys. What the heck?
Yo, dude. Hey, hello.
You can't hear either of us?
Check.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Noritama, I thought I saw you getting wild in chat. I hope you get as wild here right now.
Tell us. I don't know about all of that. I think
innocent or guilty. Innocent or guilty.
Innocent.
All right. Tell us why.
Oh, I mean, it's clear self-defense in all three things. I can't speak morally. I'm not a level 40 wizard, so I can't really speak on that, you know.
Okay.
But on the case itself, I started watching about 2 weeks ago with Ricada, right? He's doing that stream of lawyers and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And just based on that, like, it's hard to see how it's not. Like, should he have been there? Obviously not. That's not debatable, I think.
Yeah, but that's what's in your heart, right? Like you're saying, I can't.
Yeah, but it's court
beyond legally. Legally is one thing. Who cares about legal? We as a society should care more about what's in the heart.
The reason people care about legal is because there's a feeling that the media is covering it a certain way to try to make it one thing. When the legal, like covering it legally, I mean, they're not arguing the moral side. They say legally, like Rittenhouse is getting trounced. So when this case comes out and it gets acquitted, I mean, I think a lot of people are reasonably assuming people are going to get pissed, but it's because they're being fed like this, like other narrative of what's going on.
Yeah, they're not being told that.
Also,
like, look, there's a difference between morality and legality. Like morally, you might think he's wrong. But
I agree.
Legally,
I agree with you, and I make this case in Coffeezilla all the time. There's so much in crypto that's legal. In fact, so much of my recent videos has not been about legal things at all. It's been about the morality of scamming your followers. There's a lot of scamming that's legal right now, but I don't really care about the legal side. And I make that pretty clear that, you know, I'm talking about the ethics of it, like the true, like morality of it. But I agree with you. There's a big difference. But the ethics and morality is arguably as important, if not more important, especially in journalism, because you're not a lawyer. The bottom line is I'm not a lawyer. So I'm not really that interested. I mean, legal's interesting, I guess, but like there's so much beyond that that's way more interesting to me.
We can. I think morally is way more interesting.
That's why
and way more important.
Go ahead, Noritama.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's why I got interested in it, because the legality with it, because this is a case that will define certain portions of self-defense for the future. That's why I got pulled into initially. Then I started watching it.
I think this should help. Noritama, do you own a gun?
No.
There you go.
Okay.
what do you think? Going to be yes.
I thought the answer was going to be yes, and I was going to
say
I
don't. No, I don't.
All right.
Do you think he shouldn't have been there?
Yes, I agree. He shouldn't have been there. In no situation should anyone be there. I think when you made that point a few minutes ago of both sides shouldn't have been there in general, that's correct. Anyone who was there was looking for trouble, whether they wanted it or presented it or not.
I don't think showing up means you want it, but like in each case, Rosenbaum's running after Rittenhouse. The other guy's hitting him in the head. The other guy is doing the thing. So, I mean, go ahead.
No, I think you're missing with this also at the beginning of explaining how this started out. So what happened was they spent a long time talking about this dumpster being on fire. Rittenhouse came with a fire extinguisher, extinguished it out, and they started getting attention from everyone else. They started coming at him, and then it started escalating at that point, and that's when the first person came at him, grabbed his gun, he shot at him. Second person, skateboard, back of the head, he shot at him. Third person came around him, shot him.
Slow down with the Rosenbaum part, okay? That's the one that I'm most iffy on, and I think that it could be made a case for murder.
I don't remember the names. Which one's that? Number is
That's
that?
the first one. That's the first one. Tell me about that guy.
So I can't speak on the guy because that probably ruined the whole thing for everyone in terms of how they feel about it.
No. Tell me all about him.
Oh, I mean, he's a rapist. He raped kids.
Rosenbaum?
Yeah, the first guy I shot, he's convicted.
Yikes. Okay,
so,
I mean, but here's the thing. The thing is that you can feel all the way you want about that. This is where the legal side gets messed up because morally that might make a difference. But in the law, Rittenhouse didn't know that, and there's also no law about shooting those people. So it still can totally be murder. So let's talk about what Rittenhouse knew. Rittenhouse, I believe, was threatened by that guy, right? Or no?
Yes, correct. That's correct.
What did the guy say?
Something about, like, I'm going to fucking kill you or something like that. Some words were exchanged. It got muddled a lot, and they showed the video, like, 30 times.
But
random parts.
You said he threatened, like, 200 people or something. Like, not 200, but he threatened a bunch of people that night.
Yeah. The guy was off kilter. Like, he was pretty aggressive. That's what the testifier thing. But the reason why he got shot is because he grabbed the guy's gun. He grabbed Rittenhouse's gun.
He never. But here's the thing.
He did. He grabbed the barrel.
I thought Rittenhouse testified that he shot before the guy grabbed the barrel.
No, he grabbed it physically. That's what I remember. I could be wrong, but
I thought he grabbed it after one shot. I'm gonna have to check in on that. I'm gonna have to double check on that. Part of the whole case of that is like when did it exactly happen? To be honest, I think a lot of the points in this case are sort of moot because they talk to these guys and they go, well, what were you thinking at the moment this guy was lunging at you? And my thought is nothing. And there's no way you have time to think. It's so fast. It's actually shocking, Amish, how fast this stuff happens.
It's crazy.
Within 3 seconds, 2 people are shot. It's like
neither of them should be there.
Oh, it's crazy also that during that whole thing, about 3 seconds, right? The way that the prosecution is presenting this as if it was like longer than that. They're going frame by frame, making it seem like it was forever.
They're like, what were you thinking when this guy did this? It's like, you're not thinking anything.
You're in the moment.
You're freaked out. That's where I think that Rittenhouse's testimony of like, oh yeah, I was scared for my life.
God, he should have went up.
Even if he had no reason to be, do I think he honestly felt that way? Yeah, I think if you're in that situation, you just killed somebody, a mob's running after you, you're gonna feel a threat for your life, even if there's none present. Those people could be a bunch of.
He's 17. He goes there with a gun,
and you think,
Oh, so I have a question, if you don't mind me asking.
Okay, sure, and then we got to let other people in. Go ahead.
Please do. I want to hear other people's opinions. So the interesting one was the last expert witness, which talked about the imaging and everything else. Did you see that?
I didn't see it. I missed that's why I saw like the first few days, then I missed like I think Thursday and Friday. I don't know.
Yeah, it was so interesting that the prosecution brought an expert about imaging and enhancing. And when they asked him about how it works, the guy said, I don't know. Like, how do you, like...
That's not an expert.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? And that's most of their witnesses are like that. Like, you brought the guy who, said, oh, you told me differently.
The prosecution's a disaster.
Same with defense. Defense did not really defend Rittenhouse at all. They shouldn't have put him in the stand.
No, I agree. I totally agree with you. All right, well, great. More topic. Thank you, man.
I haven't heard that yet.
Appreciate you. See ya.
Thanks for coming, man. Yeah.
Okay, let's bring some other people in here. I'm going to bring in I'm going to bring in Tommy Turner. Tommy, how's it going,
what's up?
Man? Tommy, are you there? Are you there, Tommy?
Tommy.
Yo, dude. Rittenhouse, guilty or innocent?
This case seemed like a kangaroo court to me, honestly. I have been participating in the No Nut November, so I was not even aware of this going on until...
You mean No Net November, obviously.
Yeah.
No net. I apologize.
Yeah.
No net.
Go ahead. It's fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, I would say from what I've heard, if this is a self-defense state, he would be innocent.
I agree.
Yeah, no, he can legally go there with the gun. No, that's why it's just a morally he's wrong. Legally, I don't see how they're going to touch him on this. Yeah. And people need to understand that difference. Like that complexity doesn't exist.
What's the charge, anyways? What's the charge? Is it double murder, or is it like a lesser? Is it like a negligent homicide? I mean, what kind of homicide is this?
Huh. Interesting. Yeah. And
I don't actually know what he's charged with. Dude, there's so much of this is so interesting, man.
But legal shit is
so the whole question is, do you go for a lesser charge and just try to get him with something, or do you go for everything? Because right now he faces life in prison, and when you hear that, you go like, sort of. There's actually so many people who they get locked up when they're 17 or 18.
So many
life, and you're like, dude, do we need to be doing that?
Well, for framing crack,
bro.
I think if anything, it would probably end up being a lesser charge when they play when presented to the jury with self-defense, it would probably end up just being a lesser charge so that the person can go on to live their life.
Yeah.
Yeah. At 17, it's hard to, you just kind of want to give him the benefit of, not the benefit of the doubt, but yeah, he is 17.
So why'd you break No Net November? I'm a little disappointed.
For us.
This is the first time I've seen it live at night in a while. I had to.
Wow. Thank you, dude. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Congratulations on cracking 800K.
Dude.
Since before the $1 million studio, it's been a journey. I'm proud.
No way, man. Thank you so much. That honestly means a lot. It's always cool to see people
do an applause break.
Been around for a while.
Do an applause break.
Right.
Give him an applause break. Yeah, dude. 800,000. Dude.
Oh no, I was doing an applause for him being there early. That means he's what, 100K, maybe even or 200.
Yeah,
dude, I came in at 89K,
60 or 70K when I first found you.
Dude, me and you both, man. I came in at 89K. I think I remember being 89K. That was our first episode that we did. It was 89K.
And great,
crazy,
great content.
Dude, thank you, man. Well, I appreciate you as much as I love this ego stroke. Dude, I got to let other people in here. Appreciate you, man.
Have a good night, boys. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Amish, it's no nut November. I can't stroke it right now.
You can't.
I'm just kidding.
So strict.
All right, yo, what's up? Muan.
Hi, brother. How's it going?
Yo, innocent or guilty? Rittenhouse, tell us. Jury of his own peers, tell us.
He's an idiot and he's innocent.
I feel like that's what everyone thinks, dude. I mean, I don't know.
Bro,
maybe. Yeah.
What the fuck was he doing there? Why was he even there in the first place?
I know.
Stupid.
He's an idiot.
Right, listen. Yeah. Let me get one thing straight. My father owns a shop, right? I'm Asian. By Asian, I mean I'm South Asian. I'm like Amish, right? We own some grocery stores. We have these stores. And if someone came and threatened my store, I would like to defend it, right? I feel young. I feel energized and pumped up. And I want to defend it.
Yeah,
I can understand that, right?
Yeah.
I can understand defending your own store, right?
Yeah.
Why are you showing up to a location that's got nothing to do with you? You have no reason being there. Fine, show up. Why the fuck are you bringing a gun in over there? It makes no sense.
It doesn't make no sense.
The whole prosecution thing is rubbish. They're all idiots. They should just say dismiss the case and just go on, live your life, whatever.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is people just need to reflect on the situation, right? You're charging this guy. This guy didn't show up. If he showed up and he started shooting indiscriminately, then I had a problem.
Right.
He's there for a reason. And yes, there's this debate about if the judge is biased or not because he's not allowing some video clip the day before where he was talking about, I'm going to shoot these people if I could, if I had a chance, right?
Yeah.
There's this clip out there, but the judge is not allowing that to come in. And I think that's absolutely right as well. I was annoyed at the very beginning, but when I looked at it, it was very correct because that's a young guy who's probably angry about shit and he feels like Rambo or some bullshit, testosterone running through his body, and he thinks he's some kind of superhero. Any stupid guy at that age, even I would have said that at that age, right? I'm in my 30s now. I would have said the
judge
exact same
didn't
thing.
allow it though, because that does seem relevant to the case.
There was some reason about like they were arguing.
Yeah, he didn't allow it.
It's the legal stuff where they argue like
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the technicalities. But yeah, he didn't allow it.
It's madness what's happened here. I think they should just let this whole thing just slide, and then
Mad.
Well, he is 17. It's like he's a kid.
Have you seen the headlines on this story?
Bro, I hate the media. This is the reason I stopped watching CNN. I stopped watching Fox News. I watch them for entertainment purposes. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
it's hilarious
they're
to
silly.
see how they talk rubbish. I personally am a liberal person. I'm a very liberal person, and I'm open to ideas about listening to people and all that stuff. And I'm strongly against Fox News and what they promote. There's a version of that in the UK as well, and I personally hate that kind of media.
Is that
But
the
now I've
Daily
seen
Mail?
There's something called GB
Fox.
News. Check out something called GB News. They've been trying to do the exact same thing they did with Fox News, but in the UK. But it's not flying. People are not accepting it, right? So I'm happy about
I thought
that.
Fox was over there too, though. Isn't it Sky News or Sky
Oh
News? Or
no,
Fox?
that's
Australia,
Australia. Australia's
That's Australia.
madness. Another madness. They're over there. Now,
Yeah, wow.
as far as I'm concerned with this guy, they should just let it go. And more importantly, people should question, why is this guy being so hyped up? Why is the media attention only on this one? If someone burned down my father's store, where are these people? How many people do you know are arrested for burning down the stores? There's a proper way to go about doing some protests for some genuine causes.
Yeah.
Stuff like these bring bad news, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm pretty sure there'll be people on the right wing saying, listen, these people burn down stores and stuff. Guess who are burning it down? They're minorities, right? So it's justified for us to be right wings and do bullshit or, carry weapons. At the same time, left is going to say, oh, guess what? 17-year-old kid carrying a gun. Why? So we need to ban all guns, right? Personally, I'm against guns, but both are wrong. First of all, that kid has got issues. Like any other teenager, he just had access to a gun. That's it. That's what happened.
It's ridiculous. 17 years old.
What an
There's no
idiot.
reason.
What an idiot.
Oh, that's an idiot, dude. Well, dude,
Foolish.
I agree with you, man. I think you honestly you have the general consensus of most Americans who are looking at this. I'm gonna go try to find some people. I always try to find people who disagree. So let me go find some people
Thanks, man.
who disagree. Thank you for listening. Thanks for
brother.
listening,
Thank you.
supporting. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks
Love
for
you
coming.
guys. Love you guys.
So yeah,
Appreciate it.
let's find somebody who thinks that
Yeah.
Rittenhouse
Who's on
is
the
either.
Rittenhouse side? Bro, so I got to do a pee-pee, dude.
Go ahead,
gotta
bro.
do it.
Go
I
ahead.
gotta
Go
do
ahead. Get out of here. First one to talk wins, guys. Hello. Oh, how's it going? Beat Nizzle. What's going on?
Well, I'm popping in to see you guys are talking about Kyle Rittenhouse and the trial, and I thought I would just pop in.
Tell us, counselor, what is it? Innocent or guilty?
I think the important thing is it's not innocent nor guilty. It's not guilty. Because
Oh, true.
he's not innocent of anything. He went there. He was looking for a fight, and he got a fight, and now here we are. I think the self-defense is warranted because if you look at the videos, that guy literally did try to swing a skateboard at him, and was fighting for the gun, and so it is a legitimate self-defense situation. But as people who've already been in this channel has already said, he shouldn't have been there in the first place. So I think what's important about the trial is just to bring it to national attention, to show like what happens when these kind of militia folks show up to these situations and kind of egg on a fight.
It's a good point. It's a good point. No, it is a good point because people, you're right. There have been these militia people who have gathered around these protests thinking that they're going to, and they all say, oh, I'm going to help maintain the peace, keep the peace. That's what Rittenhouse says. That's what Grosskreutz said. Everybody says they're going to keep the peace. Nobody's keeping the peace. Or these types aren't keeping the peace there.
Exactly. They're just basically they're amped up assholes who want to fight. And the sad thing is that in America, you can bring assault rifles to that versus just getting in a brawl. So
right, yeah. Wouldn't this have ended better if everyone just kind of punched each other? At least at least people would be okay. Probably at the end of it.
You might have some broken bones or something like that, but they'd still be alive. And it's just a shame, really.
Shame.
what I hope is the end result of this all is that there's a little bit more awareness of when there's some sort of mass protest going on that may turn into a riot or anything like that. Just don't let civilians show up with guns. Like, just stop that.
Yeah. Agreed. Beaten Isla, I appreciate it. Let me go find some people who disagree.
Sounds good.
Guys, we got to have people. If you disagree, tell me in chat. Tell me in chat, boys. Please. I need help finding people who disagree. Let me just read a few super chats, too. Calvin Pokeme, where is Will Scoter? I don't know. Where is he? I haven't seen him in a while. Patches 999 wanted to donate. Love y'all stream. Are y'all doing a stream tomorrow? Unfortunately not. Amisha's going to be in Panama. Guys, if you disagree, tell me. Let me know. Let me know what your name is. I will pull you in. I'll pull up a few people in anyways, just to see what people think. Ashley, you're on. The Phil, you're on. First one to talk. What up, Phil?
Hey, what's up? What's up, Coffee? What's up?
Do you disagree? I'm trying to find somebody who disagrees.
Oh, sorry for the delay over there, but I kind of sort of disagree. It's in the middle almost.
I feel like you just want to be on. That's all right. That's cool.
No, listen. Hear me out. I believe if the prosecution had tried each of the cases individually, there might have been a case, because it's kind of different for each person that was shot and killed. For the first guy that, the guy that swung the skateboard, there's an obvious case there, but the guy that grabbed the gun, I wouldn't say that. I think the prosecution would have had a better chance there with the with actually prosecuting him, because there have been cases in the past where an aggressor has physically assaulted someone with a firearm, and the person that reacted with the firearm that killed him did stand trial and were convicted of the murder. So I think the prosecution had approached it that way and took each case individually, there might have been a case. But since they're lumping everything together, I don't think there's much of a case there, because
there's some of them that are clear. Yeah, I agree. Which one are you saying is the most likely to be actually convicted? The first one, right?
So the one where he's wrestling with the firearm when he killed him. I think there could have been a case there. That's at least for maybe not in the first degree, but accidentally or whatever. There could have definitely been a case there. But since everything is together, and I think it's also, you got to add the fact that this happens so fast, so it's even hard to kind of extrapolate the whole.
Yeah, what your intent was.
Separately.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It happened much too quickly.
Did you know about the Rosenbaum thing? I was trying to get, because for some reason I heard, I don't know if this is actually fact, so I'm trying to fact check it. Do you know if Rosenbaum actually grabbed his gun before he was shot? Or was it while he was, after he had been shot, he kept wrestling for the gun? Do you know?
I think it was during, so while he was grabbing it, he did get shot, but I guess the reaction just kept on going while, I guess the trauma or whatever, he just kept going, you know what I mean?
Huh.
Until he, couldn't hold on to anymore.
Yeah.
No, yeah, because the whole question is, if you grab the gun, I can totally see the case for self-defense. Even if before you're running at a guy, can you be? Yeah. Anyway, it's tough. I agree with you. Prosecution was way off.
I wanted to add that I think the whole thing though is, well, I also agree with Mish. He shouldn't have been there. They're going out there, all the way out there. I get what the Monso guy said. Having the feeling of being a hero or whatever, going out there, it was a terrible decision. And also the guys that attacked him, seeing he had a firearm, also made terrible decisions there. Ultimately, It was just a string of really horrible decisions. I also think it's also emblematic of an issue with the culture. And I think you also made a good point with the whole militia thing. Everyone is doing this tit for tat, us versus them kind of thing. It's liberals versus conservatives, Democrats versus conservatives, and it's Republicans, etc. It's this whole, it's really, really representative of how the culture is right now. I remember when the story first broke, and it was so, I think the craziest thing to me was just seeing the completely different takes. So I intentionally followed people that were on different ends of the political spectrum, and just to see them scrutinizing the same clips but with completely different stories, completely different opinions. It was ridiculous. And the same thing happened with the case. Like, you see people saying, oh, he's an actor, he's crying. On the other end, he's PTSD, he's a hero, he's a kid. It's just crazy to see this ridiculous cultural divide. I think that's the crazy. The polarization is insane.
The polarization, it's insane, man. I mean, it goes right to like Fox News. Like they're coming out with these clips, like the Morning Five, Geraldo and the Judge Janine, I think her name is. They just come out with like, he's a hero. How dare you talk about him? He's a hero. Don't, like, I'm not saying call him an idiot, but think about your own child. You wouldn't tell your son, idiot. No, you're 17. You have your life ahead of you. You're not going to go to this thing with a goddamn AR-15 strapped on you. It's ridiculous. So yeah, he's obviously coming out of like a tough situation too. You know, like that's just to say that like he's obviously like has issues, man. 17 years old. It's ridiculous.
And ultimately, I don't think it's fair to scrutinize his crying, whether that's legitimate or real or fake, because I think that really boils down to conjecture. Because if you think it really depends on who you think he is as a person, you know, his character.
It is petty, isn't it? It is a little petty.
It is.
They're just, really he's an ugly crier.
Yeah,
it's ugly really, when he cries.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. That's a fair line to go down.
Look at it.
Because ultimately, when I watched the clip, I think it's just. I'm not sure whether it's truthful or not, but I think that doesn't really matter. It is hard to watch though. During the whole situation, it's pretty tough to see him breaking down like that. So, really unfortunate situation all the way around.
Like the suffering. It's almost like it almost doesn't matter whether you're faking it. Like this is what I get from Succession too. Whether you're faking it or you're really crying, you are suffering. This is not a good life. You're in a bad situation. Either way, bad situation. Something went wrong. If you got a fake cry for some shit, you did something wrong. What did you do that you have to pretend to cry over some shit? And if you are really crying, then obviously you did something wrong too. Like, I mean, it's, yeah, I think the PTSD is definitely there. And he is, honestly, even with acting, it gets mixed up. You get into it, and then you're like, you don't know what's right anymore.
I know. Wait, I wanted to say the Phil. Thank you. I want to actually go now. I'm gonna go watch some of the footage real quick.
Yeah, let's watch
the Rosenbaum stuff. Thank you for contributing.
Anytime.
Thanks, man. I appreciate having you on, man. Have a good one.
What is this? This is a Rittenhouse special, dude.
Thank you, dude.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate that. Thank you for watching.
You,
appreciate it.
Thanks for coming. This is a Rittenhouse special. Rittenhouse special.
This is a Rittenhouse. Hey, dude. Let me show you this. Wait. This is the case that I'm.
This is a Rittenhouse house, so it's a Rittenhouse special.
So this is Rittenhouse. Watch this. We're watching some drone footage. Now I'm gonna have you move out of the way in a second here because they're gonna go over to you. This is Rittenhouse. This is Rosenbaum, the guy, the pedo. Now I gotta say, even though it shouldn't change things, gosh, that's bad. It sounds like okay, watch this though. The question is, did he put his hand on the guy's gun before he shoots? I'm going frame by frame here. He's close. He reaches out. He holds the gun up. Oh, it does look like he has his hand on the guy's gun because it looks like the gun goes down.
But wait, why is it okay to shoot someone if they grab your gun? What about you pointing the gun? But he's running at you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
he's running at you.
And it's the context of the threats too. I mean, but I'm not saying it's right. Like I said, guns escalate things. But if a guy has his hand on your gun and he's trying to take it from you,
you got to shoot him. Yeah,
you've got to assume. You have to assume. You have to assume the worst. Wait,
you have to pull the trigger.
Move your head. Move your head. Because
he'll fuck you up. If he gets the gun, he'll fuck you up.
Correct.
This is a conundrum, dude. This is a moral issue. It's a tough one.
Look at this. So look, this is so interesting. So like, I can't tell. This is the thing. We have evidence, but like the evidence is so grainy. You can't even see like most of his arm, and you can't see most of the gun. But
you can't see anything. Yeah.
But look, watch. We see when it fires.
Wait a minute.
Sure. That's when it fires. Boom.
Is it his hand going forward, or is that?
Oh yeah.
He's definitely running towards him, so that's already an issue.
Yeah. I mean, he's sprinting across the parking lot, catching. He's clearly like gaining ground on the guy.
Yeah.
So, but he seems like he pulls. I don't know. I can't tell if this is his hand grabbing the guy's gun or Rittenhouse is lowering his weapon.
Dude, if I'm being honest, if someone's gunning at you that hard, it's not honestly, we might be thinking about the wrong thing. Running at someone and grabbing the gun, I don't think that's that much of a difference. I would almost
sprinting at a guy after you've
if you sprint at me and I have a if I have a gun on me, you're sprinting at me, like I think fine, yeah, maybe I gotta pull the trigger. I don't know. That's a terrible thing to say, but I mean, at least at the legs or something. I mean, if you're sprinting at me, like
no. A very clear thing is if you're shooting somebody, you have to shoot to kill. Because the whole thing is if you're shooting to incapacitate, you're not actually fearing for your life.
No, wait a minute. Wait, I can't. Why can't I just?
Don't they
if someone's running at me, why can't I just take his legs out and be like, "Hey, just cool it."
Well, because
call the police and we're gonna stop this.
It shows that you're not actually in a fight for your life. I think, right? Like, wouldn't?
Oh my God! So you just have to murder someone if they come at you. You can't just incapacitate someone. You're not allowed to ever.
No, why? I don't think. I don't think that's correct. People can talk about this.
I don't know. I feel like that's a. I feel like in this case,
I want to hear what people think.
I would want to take his knees out or something.
The whole thing is like if you're shooting for their leg, that's a very specific shot. I mean, it's not like the whole thing is you should aim at like if you think somebody's going to kill you, and you're actually going to do something in self-defense, which you should only ever use a weapon on a human in self-defense.
Yeah.
You should be aiming into the most likely target, which is the center of them. The center of them is a kill shot.
I would say no. I feel like you need to keep them from doing the harm that they're about to do in this heat of this moment and calm them and just incapacitate them. And once they're on the ground and they're like their legs bleeding out, I mean, they could die from that too, but I would even help them after that and say like, okay, let's patch this up and make sure you don't bleed out. But, you know, you're running at me, so I had to take a leg.
People say, okay, it does sound like you do shoot in the center. Yeah, you shoot in their chest because it's the most mass and the easier to target to hit.
So but honestly, the guy's running at him. I mean, it doesn't matter at this point. It's like at this point, look, regardless of that, forget about everything I said. The guy's running at you, like, fine, you shot him. It doesn't matter at this point. You shouldn't be here. That's the issue. This guy is maybe wrong too a little bit. Like, why are you running at a guy with an AR-15? It's ridiculous. These people are there to fight, right? And you're going to a place where everyone wants to fight. Like that's the problem. That is the issue.
They're saying you would have lost your court case because if you shot for the legs. Also, people are saying, and this is probably the most true thing, that this isn't like a Fallout game or Call of Duty. Like you don't aim. Like if you're in that situation, you're literally just like you're just hoping to just hit something, right? You're just aiming for the center and you're shooting.
Right.
It's not like a situation where you're like analyzing, I should shoot for the like no.
Well, what do you do? You're holding a gun at someone and they're running at you. It's like you got to cap them, dude. You have to. Because if they get to you, they're going to take your gun and kill you. Like, they're crazy. It's like crazy. No. Look, but
John W. says, hard disagree. Kyle has a right to be there. John W., do you not think that everyone in the situation was looking for their vigilante moment?
That's interesting, because I think he has a right to shoot once he's there. Like, not a right, but morally, once you're here, I almost feel like you have to shoot. But morally, you should not be here. Why are you here?
Right. That's the issue. Where I'm at too.
That's the issue, right? Because you know you're going to a place where people are agitated. People have these, and there are a lot of people with mental health issues at these riots. It sucks. It's just one of those sad things, dude. You got to deal with it. You're left wing. You are taking care of those people. You're here to take care of them, and they're train wrecks, dude. It's like I remember in Osho's documentary Wild Wild Country, in season 4 or something, they started bringing in homeless people. Oh my God! Like, you have a compound. It's incredible. It's the size of a city. You have a city compound. They started bringing in homeless people. They were like, oh my God! They were like hitting people. They like assaulted people.
Yeah, disaster.
Right? It's a disaster. Like they had buses of homeless people just driving in from New York. Hello? You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't unleash that on your population. It's a mistake. It's wrong. You can't do this. So like you're in a place where people are going, where they're a lot of people are already agitated, and they're going looking for a fight, and they're going like their mind is like looking for like, oh, do you see that guy? I don't like him. And I saw him on Twitter. Someone on Twitter said that he's racist or some whatever. So now he's running at him. So I just feel like when the guys run, like I actually am opposite of that last super chat where it's like if the guy's running at you and you have a gun, you almost have to shoot, but you shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the real footage, eh?
Yeah, no, this is real footage. Yeah.
Let's see it.
Here's the second. Oh gosh, this is some New York Times article. How can you tell?
It's the earring, the nose ring.
No, I was thinking.
That's how I can tell.
I was thinking the hair color.
True, it was like green or something, right? Okay, cool. They're getting wild with the colors now, eh?
Like I think the colors are cool. But I do think it is kind of a stereotype.
It is like, but it's so train wreck too. It is like, what are you doing? You just made your hair purple. What are you thinking? But it's fine. No, it's good actually. It's cool. This generation's cool.
Wow, what a you go. Oh, it's a train wreck, but actually, it's cool. Way to turn that one around. Yeah. No, they want to turn it around, Amish. Turn it around. Geronimo Vinti says $5. It's literally LARPing. These kids don't register consequences. Cause mass delusion. Consequences. Cause of mass delusion in media. Nick Catchmer says, if you go look for a fight, you might just get a fight. Also enjoy that Pacifico coffee. Thanks, Nick Catchmer. Appreciate it. Josh Brar, one Canadian. Thank you, man. Dude, we got a lot of legal experts in chat. So, guys, keep it up. I enjoy watching you guys chat it up. Okay, so this is Rittenhouse. I mean, this is important. Okay.
Yeah, let's see it.
We must legislate this. This is the second. This is the second event. This is where 2 people get shot.
Oh my God.
So this is Rittenhouse has run down the street and he's fallen. And he got tripped. And some guy runs up. This is crazy. He kicks him. Which, like, this is dumb, dude. This guy could have easily been shot. So
Idiots.
Kicks him in the face.
Just go to a club and try to have sex with someone.
Then
Idiots.
This is the guy, I think, who actually got killed. This one right here. Wait, where's the guy with the skateboard? Oh, is this the guy with yeah, this is the guy with the skateboard. So it's actually, so he hits him with the skateboard, hits him, rolls around. Oh, wait, the guy already got shot. Oh my gosh, it happened so fast.
Wow.
What the heck? Because that guy already fell down. So that guy got hit. This guy...
this looks like my hometown, though.
Oh
like it just looks like
it just happened so
anyone's
fast.
hometown. And I remember being in high school and people would get into fights like this. People are like, "What is this shit, dude?" I remember so many of my friends in high school got caught up in these like, "Oh, yo, that guy fucking talked shit, so I'm gonna fuck him up. I'm gonna fuck up his family. I don't care." Ridiculous. Why do people do this? Even at the club, even now at the club, you go to the club and there's some people that are like some guys that are just like, they almost are there to fight or something. It's ridiculous.
Look at this guy. So this guy...
Why fight?
This is the Gage guy. So I think this is Gage. Is this Gage? I think this is him. So at this point, he has his hands up, right? This guy's Gage. Yeah. He's got his hands up. Watch what happens. So he's got his hands up, hands up, hands up. Something happens. This guy walks in our way, and then he rushes the kid. He pulls out his gun. The guy's arm gets blown off. It happens that fast. 2 more people killed. It's like crazy. Or not killed, sorry. One guy killed.
No, he blew off the guy's arm, though, right?
That guy's arm got blown off, yeah. And then
why would anyone want to do this?
See, but again, why are you attacking a guy with an assault rifle?
Yeah.
This is so dumb. Like, actually insane.
It is. It almost reminds me of like sex trafficking in the sense that you're going you're going around people who are desperate.
Yeah.
And then you can just give them you can pull them in. He's going to this situation with an AR-15 knowing that there's going to be unstable people. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying he planned it or anything. He didn't plan it, but it's just like he's 17 years old.
Second shot. I don't actually see this shot. When does it happen?
It's so instant, eh? With a gun.
No, I don't even see usually you see some kind of thing happen. It just seems like somewhere along here the guy gets shot because he collapses. He collapses in the street, and then that's when the guy buys it. Where does the guy get shot?
Shit. Yeah, I don't see that. Yeah,
do you guys actually see it? Like this guy gets kicked. Okay.
Oh my god.
Like, where's the shot? What? Does anybody see this?
Okay, right there.
Where?
He's holding the gun.
Yeah, it has to be right there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the guy's up on him. Shot him there, maybe. And then, or even here.
Well, he should have, because he actually held the guy's weapon towards him. What an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he wasn't thinking. Happens as he's grabbing the gun. Oh, we need audio, they're saying.
It's a tough situation. Like,
hold on. We need audio. Oh, gosh.
Oh, that's how you hear the gunshots.
Oh, there it is. There's the other one. Jeez, dude. So dumb. Don't do this, guys. Don't. Oh my.
Oh
gosh,
yeah, there you. Oh my God, with the audio, it's just so clear. It's like right there.
Yeah.
We saw someone lose their life. Whew.
That's hard to watch.
It's like.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. No, that's why you don't go to these things. Just don't go. There's no reason to get like. Yeah, that's why it is ridiculous.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Did you? I just saw somebody put this in chat. I'm sorry. Did you see
Read it.
Somebody's trolling me. Somebody's trolling me hard.
So
there was a bunch of takes going around, and one of them was, bro. This is bad. This is just. I'm just gonna play it for you. It comes from Tucker.
Carlson. Dude, guaranteed. Like, that's the problem. Those right-wing guys are just like.
It's not.
He's a young man who defended the community. It's like, dude,
somebody put in he died how he lived, which I know what they're referencing. Unfortunately, where is it? I know what you're talking about.
What do you mean he died like he lived? Rock and roll? Ripping? What is that? What he died like he lived? Like,
I gotta find it for you. I don't want to spoil it.
Because I just know so many people like this. There's people you go to them with the club and they go, oh, you see those guys? They looked at us. Let's go fuck them up. It's like, idiot.
Look, this is what the drip community wants you to see.
A rapist called Joseph Rosenbaum was released from a mental hospital and then went directly to join the mob that was burning downtown Kenosha. Once he got to the riot, Rosenbaum saw Kyle Rittenhouse and immediately threatened to kill him. Rosenbaum then chased Rittenhouse and tried to pull the gun from his hands. When he did that, Kyle Rittenhouse shot him. So Joseph Rosenbaum died as he had lived, trying to touch an unwilling minor. A rapist called Joseph Rosenbaum was released from a mental hospital and then went directly to join the mob that was burning downtown Kenosha. Once
this idiot. What? He died like he lived, trying to touch a minor. What are you thinking? How is it news? He's trying to do bits. That's the problem. It's like, guy, just be a fucking reporter. You piece of shit. Don't do a bit. Someone died. You got to drop a bit. He's got to do a bit.
Sorry, I lost it. Oh my gosh.
He died like he lived, trying to touch a minor. Oh my god, it's like such a dumb news joke.
Oh my gosh.
It's those dumb news jokes. Local boxer just had a knockout show at the beach.
Oh my gosh,
they
dude.
always do these dumb. They always do a dumbass.
Did that? Kyle Rittenhouse shot him.
Oh my gosh.
So Joseph Rosenbaum died as he had lived, trying to touch an unwilling minor.
Why would he say like this is not the time?
It's not the time.
Right? Like
not the time. I agree.
Tucker. This is what does this scare you though, Stephen? As a media, you're in the media. You're hitting 800. You're hitting 800,000, dude. But you're hitting it righteously. You are hitting it righteously. Very few people can. I mean, Tucker, his career is such nonsense. There's so much nonsense in this career. It's always been like this. He's always doing meaningless shit to cause fights, and it gets a lot of hits, but it's not good for the culture. It doesn't mean anything. It's just nonsense. Why would he say that? It's so stupid.
I'm sorry, I had to tell you that.
It's great. It's ridiculous. Whatever. It's fine.
Oh my gosh, it is funny, dude. It's whoever wrote that in the teleprompter, like he was like, is he gonna say it? Is he gonna say it?
It's we're alive, and he goes, he died as he lived, trying to touch a minor. You fucking piece of shit. This guy's 17, fine, but he has an AR-15.
Here's the thing. It is true that like when it comes to people like that guy, if what he's accused of was actually true, just people know nobody feels bad for him. I mean, even if it was total murder, like people just don't feel bad.
Yeah, no. Nobody, it's not even about, like, to me, it's not even about that. It's like the whole thing could have been avoided. It doesn't need to be like this. Like nobody's benefiting from this. The 17-year-old, what people were saying was, oh, he's a hero because he killed this guy who was a bad person. It's like he didn't know he was a bad person. Right? He had no idea. Right? He could have been a Boy Scout. Yeah. So this whole thing about like, whatever. You're here to start a fight, and that in itself is wrong. And these guys don't want to say it. I mean, what? This is irresponsible of Tucker Carlson to do a ridiculous goddamn report like this. He should have at least mentioned that Kyle Rittenhouse should not have been there.
I do feel like you're going extra hard against him because you did like that rip a little bit. That's how I felt too. I thought the rip was pretty funny, and then I go, this is not right. I felt bad for liking it. I was like, this is not right.
I like it, but it is okay. But you like it, but do you respect it as a journalist? Like,
no, but you're a journalist. He's not a journalist. No, he's not a journalist.
Okay, well, see, then
I don't even think. Well, I think that Fox and them are doing this new type of news. Like it's not news though. It's like it's
right wing propaganda. That's how they built the company. That's what they do.
It's like.
And like CNN and MSNBC.
No, my point is, I wouldn't. No, they have like a thing. There's like a lot of these people now do it too. It's like Rachel Maddow does this too. Like they call themselves entertainment news or something.
Yeah, like infotainment or what? Yeah,
it's like the other side of what like I'm not saying they're doing it the same, but like what's that guy who does it? The Daily Show, Trevor Noah. What he does, but it's like he's like a comedian doing news. They're news trying to be comedians.
Yeah, it's weird.
But it is a lot of propaganda. I mean, of course.
It's a lot of propaganda, and like Fox News really.
My throats got all jacked up. I inhaled something, some of this while I was trying beer.
Inhaled some weed. But yeah, no, Jon Stewart really like. Oh, okay. I would say before Jon Stewart, if you watch the Roger Ailes documentaries, the guy who made Fox News, he knew what he was doing. Him, Breitbart, like they know how to get the people riled up. And once you get the people riled up, you get the right-wing people excited, jacked up. Dude, India is out of control right now with it's the same thing with Hindu nationalists in India and like these weird like Republican bullshit in America where like, just also say that Rittenhouse is an idiot. Don't say he's a hero. Like,
right.
He's making it sound like that. Most Fox News, like the morning shows, whatever, They're just like, he's a good boy and he went there to do a community service. Shut up.
Right.
It's
they're like,
stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't send your kid. Send your kid. Same thing in India, right? Like in India, they're telling me, Amish, we have to attack the Muslims. The Muslims are attacked. We have to attack. Yeah? Send your kid. Send your kid to the front line. No, he's going to college. Then just shed it.
Now, I do have to ask you. I mean, I hate to... Okay, guys.
Tell me.
This is a hot take.
Tell me.
If Rittenhouse was black and he's walking up to a bunch of police cars right now,
yeah,
would he
also
be able
foolish.
to do this? No. Watch this.
Oh.
Watch this clip. Watch what I'm watching. He's walking up. He's got one hand on the butt of his AR. I believe the butt of his AR.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's
there's
walking
no
towards
way.
cops.
There's no way.
Do you think he would have gotten away with this if he had been
There's
black?
no way.
Do you think? I mean, I'm not. Listen.
He'd be dead, dude. He'd be
I'm
dead
just
already.
saying.
Yeah, no. They said he's a good boy. Let him walk.
I think he shot.
He's dead, dude. But he just put his hands up at the end. I mean,
that's
he's
where
17.
there's so much of like when people go like, oh, it's because he's black or something, and like I usually disagree with it. There are times though where you like, I do think that no. I'm saying like that. When they say like if they were black or whatever, would it have been different? I do think cases like this, yes. Like when can you walk towards the cops with a gun?
No way.
If you literally have a, people are saying that he knew they knew
him.
Kyle.
They knew him, dude. That's the problem with this whole thing is that he went there and he was encouraged by them, and he was going out like he was doing something for the goddamn community. And even now, Fox News is saying, "Oh, he's a good boy."
This guy goes, "Lol, gun is pointed down, gentlemen." Yeah, we know that. The whole point is you don't just walk up to the cops with an AR strapped to you and be fine.
Yeah, and just walk past them like they just drove past him. I mean, is it open? It's an open carry state? Like you can openly carry, I guess.
You know, but I know that okay, cops don't care about things like you can technically open carry. If it's a dangerous situation and you're walking towards them with a gun, even if you have your hands up, they're like, get on the ground.
Yeah,
at least
100%.
At minimum, it would have been turn around.
We're strict.
Even what probably would have been the right thing to do would have been turn around, raise your hands, get on the ground, right? Or put your, I don't know what they would have done in that situation. I'm not like trained or anything. But they would have done their thing where they basically get you to be as not threatening as possible. They don't just go like, just walk right up to all our vehicles with your gun.
Yeah. And honestly, if they were doing their jobs properly, they probably would have taken a 17. They would have said, "Hey, you're 17."
Coffee. He was threatened by cops and told to leave. Agree with Coffee. This is after the shots, guys. To be clear, this is after multiple gunshots, etc. There's a reason they didn't stop him there, says Sting, on the ground. Anarcho with his beta mentality out here. Oh, dude, I love chat, dude. This is why live is so fun.
Your beta mentality. You're such a beta mentality.
I freaking love this.
Why are you so beta mentality?
They're talking to somebody in chat. He's talking to somebody in Anarcho. Okay. $2, Geronimo, coffee, stouts, porter, lager, or ale. There, bro. I'm going to disappoint you with my answer. Go ahead, Amish. What do you think?
I got just.
I'm gonna go ahead and say none. I'm gonna go ahead and say a light. By the way, dude. Oh my gosh, dude! I just did this, and I just did this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the Kyle Rittenhouse white power sign. You know they're doing this as white power now. So dumb.
No, that's dumb. See,
I'm sorry, guys.
That's why this show is the best show because we call out where it's correct.
That's that's actually dumb. Like.
Yeah, you can't let them have this as like white power.
That's stupid. Crazy, dude.
You're crazy.
Don't
let them have it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
This is just you know how many immigrants go, oh, very fantastic, 100% very fine. Like this.
Dude, it's the universal signal for like I'm good.
Very good.
Oh my gosh, that triggered me just thinking about the fact that I had to be self-aware about that. Okay, what I was gonna say.
I'm doing stouts now.
You're on stouts. Bro,
I'm on stouts. I want that bitterness.
I'm such a wimp with it. Like it's not that I'm a wimp. I'll drink it, but like I'm a light beer guy. It's sad.
You like light beer?
Light beer, dude.
Low calorie?
No.
Oh.
Just because it's easy to drink. That's where most guys are like, yeah, you take your man card.
But dude, you know in England, all the beers are like 3.5%. They're like 4%. I swear to God. I went to a pub in England because they just go after work. They go to the pub, they drink. I was looking, this is like 10, 15 years ago I went. All the taps, they had the percentage on them.
Mm-hmm.
3.5, 3.5,
not that
4,
much, is it?
3.5. In America, it's 5% plus. Like you're talking Canada too, 5% to like 7%.
Yeah.
But in England, they're drinking this watered down ass, weak ass beer, dude.
Dude,
and they just drink.
In college, some of my friends like knew some beers that were like 9 to 12%. At that point, it starts to get hard to drink. I mean, you're just really trying to prove a point.
It's ripping. You're ripping. You're getting wasted.
Yeah. Well, no, the other thing that like, and here's the thing. I'm just past trying to like prove something. I mean, I've tried everything, so it's like I'm just gonna drink what I like. You know what's actually good? Like a wheat beer with a little bit of orange juice in it.
Oh,
amazing! Again, here I am with my my.
Have you had Belgian Moon? You ever heard of Belgian Moon?
You mean
it's an Ontario beer?
Blue Moon Belgian White, right?
No, there's one here called Belgian Moon, I think, and it's like it comes with the orange slice on it. It's very nice wheat beer. I like the wheats.
Definitely Blue Moon Belgian White.
Okay, maybe. Yeah,
the brand is
probably
Blue Moon, and it's a Belgian White.
That sounds right.
It's really good.
Correct.
And it's known for the orange. Yeah.
Yeah, they put an orange on it.
Yeah. No, but you just you actually pour a little bit of OJ in there.
Huh.
It's good, dude. It's really good.
There you go.
It's amazing. There you go, guys. I don't know why we brought that up in the middle of this, but I guess it was our boy.
But we got to keep positive. You know what I'm saying? We can't just be all talking about these murders.
And they're saying light beer means lager. Oh.
Yeah, I always thought that too. I thought light beer means lager.
Really?
That's true. Yeah. I thought light beer means lager.
Lager
and
sounds
I don't like
so much cooler.
Lager, lager sounds sexy.
Lager sounds manly and sexy.
I don't like them.
I hate having to say I'll have a light beer.
I don't like lager. I don't like lagers. The taste, it tastes like water to me. No,
I'm gonna go lager now, guys. Wow.
You want lager?
I feel so much. It's so much better.
There you go.
What are people saying? People are saying Blue Moon. Yeah, it's definitely Blue Moon.
I swear there's a Belgian Moon, but maybe there you go.
These moronic liberals trying to cancel the OK are giving power to the insignificant amount of white people trying to use it as white power. I agree, dude. There's even an OK in the emoji thing. It's like, what are we going to cancel the emoji?
No, who does anyone care about this OK thing? That's the thing.
Bro,
that's like that Christmas movie you're talking about.
Rittenhouse was literally posing with the OK.
He's saying I'm okay. Well, yeah, then he's using it but don't get mad at it. You're making it a thing.
Well,
it doesn't have to be a thing.
Well, he might be. I actually don't know the context.
No, I'm saying the liberals are making it a thing. Don't make it a thing. Don't be like, oh, hey everyone, if someone does this, that means what. You're making it a thing.
You also even if it's true, like I really don't think this is a good move. Like, oh crap, that's behind a paywall. The title of this article is Rittenhouse allegedly flashed white power signs, and it's a picture of Rittenhouse doing this. You just make yourself look dumb.
Don't do it.
I mean, maybe it was. I don't know.
I don't think it was. I think he's trolling. He's saying, "Oh, screw you! I did that." Like, it's so dumb.
So dumb.
It's like you're making these, like you're polarizing as a community.
Yeah, people are saying it's a 4chan plot. No, dude. Yeah, I've heard all this. 4chan at one point said. 4chan at one point said, "Let's see if we can make liberals think that the OK sign is white power because it's the most innocuous thing ever."
It's so dumb. Well, but it has the W and then it has the P. No, it's an upside down P. White power. White? No, I thought they had a logic to it. They were like on 4chan, they do it as a prank. They're like, let's see if we can get these.
I know, but then there's some
power.
like PhD in like sign language or something who comes out like, well, actually,
yeah.
I'll tell you that.
You know that this means white power? Yeah, no, they do that on 4chan though. They just reverse engineer these things. They're psychos, eh? What havoc.
Anime Game Nerd 1 says Belgian Moon is better than Blue Moon.
Yeah, Belgian Moon. I feel like it's a beer
different.
Here.
He's trolling you.
Okay.
He's definitely trolling you. You're like, ah. I knew it was Belgian moon.
I knew
you can
it
ignore
was.
the context that symbol was used in. It was used 100% by people trying to preach that white power in certain contexts with dog whistles, not just the symbol by itself. I think, dude, fair enough, Jay-Z, dude. I think look, fair enough. I told you guys at the beginning, I don't know the context of this. I'm just annoyed because I use the okay sign all the time, and I mean it as it was intended to be meant.
You do this? Well, everything's A-okay. You do that?
I don't say it like that. You make it sound dumb.
A-okay.
Hey, guys, it's all good here.
Got it. No, you don't do that. You do that?
No, not like that. But you don't ever. Do you ever do this like in real life? Like just thumbs up?
No, I do peace. I'll do peace.
You just do peace all the time?
I do peace. Yeah, sometimes I do peace.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like a context where I'll use that, but like people like you're at somebody's house and they're like, "Yo, you good?" And you could say, "I'm good," or you go like this, like you're like, "I'm okay."
Are you good? Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
You see what I mean? It's not like you don't go, "I'm A-okay, dude."
No. Fair enough. Yeah, you can do that. I'm good. Yeah. That's fair.
Wow.
That's fair. Yeah.
Rittenhouse though, huh?
Yeah.
He's got everyone stirred up. He wanted attention. He got it. Congratulations.
He got it. And the culture is like the culture just seems so divided right now. Mm-hmm. Everyone's like so mad about stuff. And he exacerbated it quite a bit. It's so sad. And he's not, this is again, I'm watching Succession right now. We look at these rich people. We're mad at like white privilege, whatever. And it's like, they're not happy either. Like, this is not a good life.
No.
Fake crying, real crying, it's not good.
Not good.
17 years old, get an AR-15, go to the thing, it's not good. They're not benefiting from this. This is foolish for all around, for everyone. And that's the problem, I feel like. Here, it's like people want you to be on one side or the other, and it's more complex than that. It's like this is just a wrong situation all around, but it's like, why do you need to be there? It's ridiculous.
Dude,
and even the other people that are like running at him, like, it's like, dude, guy, you didn't need to do that. It's so sad. It's really sad. People that are like that though. Like, have you ever been out partying with people who are like, oh, you see those guys messing with us? You see the guys?
100%.
Let's get them.
Let's go mess them up, dude.
Don't worry. I'll protect the rep.
Or you're like talking to somebody and like it gets like a little bit confrontational, but not that like you're about to leave and then somebody goes up, nobody talks to my friend that way. Dude, I got this. Hey, step aside. Step aside. I got this. I knew people like that.
Foolish.
For sure.
People do that. Yeah. People do that for girls. I feel like it's so dumb. Don't talk about her. Like, there is that happens quite a bit too.
I feel like it's also weird. People though, like maybe their big like trait is strength. You know, they maybe just want to show off. Maybe they're just flexing. You know, they just want to get in a fight.
That's what I mean.
Or they're like I have friends who are super into guns, and nobody wants. Okay.
Yeah.
Super into guns. Like they. That's what they buy with their spare money. They're always buying spare ammo. Like they're stocked up, dude.
Why? You don't know. Get into this.
Okay, first of all, you don't know Texans. Okay,
you can go travel.
That's one, but also like.
But is it the feeling of the shooting the gun and it's like pow, and this one's got a pow in it? It kicks back. It gives you a feeling. You feel alive.
So I know. Listen. I know people close to me. I don't want to say it because it's gonna give way too much away. But okay. I know people very close to me. They have fake guns that are weighted as real guns with like lasers, and they'll do clearing drills in their house where they clear their house from a potential intruder, like drills. They'll drill it, and this gun will be like it'll have the real weight of a gun, and they'll actually pull the trigger, like so they can practice like actually the real trigger pull everything, so they have everything down. So when if a guy ever gets in their house, they can be ready to kind of like go fight, right? Okay.
So they're like you know, this is a little bit like Jim Baker.
But like this is the kind of like that, like
mac and cheese.
They're one John Wick movie away from rolling into the room like a parkour roll, like whoa.
Yeah, and it's like there's real problems in the world. There's cool things.
But listen, wait. Let me get to my point. This is to your point about like, are there people who sort of want to make something happen? Well, what I was saying about like, okay, maybe if you're strong, maybe you want to see if it happens.
Yeah.
I think if you train drills like all the time and you're like way into guns, you don't want something to happen, but I don't know how to say you're ready for it to happen, but you're also
projecting
like
almost.
No, you're not. I don't know. But like I'm thinking of my buddy who's like rolling around his house, like, you know, just like just like clearing,
he's like jumping behind walls,
clearing his house. And it's like, dude, no, look, listen. You should have a gun if you think you need to be safe. I have a gun. I got it because I know crazy people who are very upset about what I do. So I'm all happy about it. But
okay.
But this whole idea about like, you know, you're just a random guy and you're clearing your house all the time. Like I don't do that. It's crazy.
I mean, like we can do such positive things.
Helio Rosa says that's called practice and muscle memory. Yep, there's one.
Fine,
Dude,
that's called practice muscle memory. But like, there's 8. There's 6. You got 16 hours in a day, right?
But it's got a rationale to it, Amish. If it happens, if you don't train, you're not going to be ready. But what I'm saying is, if you train too much, like it is kind of.
It'll never end, dude. You know how World War I was started? It's all these military generals. They're building these weapons, and they're doing drills, and they're like, we got to go to war. If we don't go to war, we won't test it out. We can take them. We can go. Let's go. Like once you start training them, and Jocko says this too in his book. He says, you got to keep engaging the enemy, or your soldiers get soft. So you are committing to a certain lifestyle. You're telling yourself, like, there's 16 hours in a day. And me and you both know, man, it's hard. It's hard to do this podcast sometimes. Time is tight as you get older. It's as an adult, time is precious. What do you want to spend your time on? You can go 80 years, and in the end, you're going to die. You can go 80 years and not worry about this shit.
But some people
if you live
will.
in the right place.
But the whole thing is like, it's like, the whole thing is, there are going to be cases that change that, right? So it's like, you know, are you saying that a girl who takes a self-defense class because she wants to be able to handle herself in a weird situation is wrong to do it? No, you're never going to say that.
No, because that does seem like more like, okay, you're going out to do exercise, you're learning karate. And
no, but let's just say they solely wanted to protect themselves. In a way, that's more impotent than training with a gun, which you might actually be able to successfully defend yourself with.
Really? I feel like self-defense class is actually good. It seems like it makes sense because what you can do is you can diffuse a situation and it'll be done.
No, I think most of the time you're better off just learning how to use a thing of pepper spray. Like if you think that your moves about like no, dude, no. You just need to pepper spray them and get out.
Yeah, but what if they grab the pepper spray and they pepper spray you? Then you're like you're doubling the likelihood of you getting hit too, right? With a gun too, then you're dead. So it's like some of these defense moves. They're like these.
No, my point is, you're saying like don't waste your time doing this. I'm saying people will either way.
Yeah. It's just like you can spend your day. I mean, it is like the con artists that you review, right? Like what benefit are any of these idiots seeing?
Oh.
You think the world is out to get you, so it's okay to scam a bunch of people, and it's like, hey man, I got to get my money, and I got to sell this crypto course or whatever this dumb shit they're selling this week. It's like, where's your like? There's so many hours in a day. You could just be an Elon Musk, maybe. I don't know. I love Elon Musk in a sense that like he's out creating something so original and new and cool, whatever. He's being a bit of a psycho with the taxes, whatever. But it's like, you're doing something cool. What's this thing of like glorifying a guy for like, I'm going to get an AR-15 and I'm going to go to like is it a BLM rally? Like, I'm going to go to this rally that I think people are going to get violent and maybe something will happen and it'll be action and it'll be exciting.
I agree with you. I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're beating a dead horse here.
Yeah, we did say that. Yeah.
Let me tell you what's not beating a dead horse. Apparently, there's breaking news that Amish is not crazy. This is from Daniel Alarcon. Blue Moon is called Belgian Moon in Canada.
Wow.
Wow. That's big
there
news.
you go.
Do you think there is
There you
any
go.
worries about riots if Rittenhouse is acquitted? They already deployed the National Guard. So, yeah. I would say-
Really?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's going to matter. I mean,
Jas Brar, what amount of money is your life goal, Amish Coffee? Thanks for reading this message, bros.
I don't even
dude,
care
let's
about
talk
money. Dude.
about money, dude.
I'm like caring less and less about money. I'm trying to train myself not to be concerned with money. What am I? Yeah, just Barar. Barar, what's up?
I don't think.
I don't care about money. I just care about making cool shit.
Dude, the truth is, the only thing like after like basically you pay for a roof over your head, you pay for food in the fridge, things just don't matter. I mean, like, unless, you know what it is? It matters to your taste. If you have really expensive taste, you're always going to want more. Like, you can save yourself so much headache in life if you just don't really care about cars. You just don't have what are called expensive hobbies. Stay away from expensive hobbies, dude. They screw you.
Suits, clothes,
watches. Like, dude, guys who like watches.
Stupid. Stop. What was that? Archie Millionaire? Archie Luxury.
Dude, Archie Luxury.
This Rolex, 10,000 quid, idiot. Fucker. Like,
dude, no, he told us. He goes, watches ruined my life. He said, he goes, I wish I'd never gotten into watches. Bro, watches will bankrupt you. Because
meaningless.
There's no there's no end to it. And especially when you're a collector, like there's just no end to like, I guess my thing is the only thing I actually get excited about, to be honest, is just like camera equipment and like gear to make more videos. So it's good. I like it's a good it's good because it's just like for I guess it just ends up feeding into the thing. But
I really do just care about putting out good rippers and shit like that. Like I don't care stuff. I don't care. I just don't care.
I don't think most people do. I mean, and also there's so much like brainwashing when it comes to luxury goods where people tell you like, oh, you have to want this. You have to want this. Actually, you look at it, you go, it's pretty lame. Like I was actually watching this guy got a Lambo.
Yeah.
Hilarious, dude. Actually, let me show you this. Because I was like, dude, you're such an idiot. This is
we know this guy.
This is Ben Armstrong. He's the guy who runs BitBoy Crypto. Okay. Okay. So BitBoy Crypto. So he's been shilling a bunch of coins forever. And as a result of all this, he's been able to buy, I guess, a Lamborghini. So here he is with his cool Lamborghini, which is costing him hundreds of thousands of dollars. But it says, people always ask when Lambo, but never how to fix Lambo when you got rear-ended. Watch this.
All right, Ben, it's just one thing after another.
Man, I tell you what, this is my second car accident in 48 hours. Someone just rear-ended the Lamborghini. You have come look. You can see you down here. You can see the scratch.
Oh my
and
God!
Then come over here. You got to get real close. You got to get this angle right here. You can see the bumper.
First of all, you have to care about things that on any other car like can barely be seen. Right? And then watch it. But we'll just finish watching.
Oh, yeah. It's just cracked.
The bumper is broken.
So
just straight rear-ended you.
The guy was nice. I mean, he was in a big Ram truck, which I respect. He showed me a picture, and he showed me how literally,
what does that mean?
When he was up behind me, he couldn't see my car at all. It's like it didn't even exist because it's so low to the ground. So, felt bad for the dude for.
So anyway, go on to find out. You got a like crazy nice car, something like that. It's just more you have to worry about.
Why get a car,
dude?
Live your life, man. Life is about experiences.
You need a car. If you're in America, at least, you need a car, dude.
You need a car. You need a car and get a cool car. But the Lamborghini is like, you're insecure about yourself. There's no reason for it. It's foolish. I mean, is it such a great car? Like some people make it into an art form thing of like, I like the feeling of the car and I can go from, it's a piece of machinery. Okay, maybe if you're into it. But if you're just some rich fuck, like, honestly, just get a hooker and call it a day, idiot. What's $100,000? Just get a good hooker. It'll cost $2,000 and you'll be done. And that's all you need. And enough of this Lamborghini nonsense.
Hold on, I've got something.
Why are you doing this?
I've got something for you.
It's like you drive that shit. Remember when you were a kid? Eat the rich. Remember when you were a kid, you got a toy and you're like, I need it. And then you get it and you're like, I don't even care. In a week, you don't even care. That's what this shit is. It's materialist nonsense. Live like life is about experiences. Go dancing.
I
check out some shit.
I fully agree with you. But at the same time,
eat the rich.
Wait, no. I want to show you this cartoon because it's funny and I think it's relevant to this. I want to read 2 super chats. Zoro, $5. I'd say about 100K a year is all you need to be happily secure. Other than that, you begin to add stress to your life. That's so true, dude.
Yeah, remember the study that came out that was like
it's 70K, but probably with inflation it's 100K now. But basically, once you solve your needs, once you're like you can be, what I would say like have like a cushion for life's problems. You're done, dude. Just save your money. That's
what succession is. It's honestly people who have too much money and then they're miserable. Same with the crown. Miserable human beings. Messed up, crazy.
But it's this brainwash of a bunch of guys being like, "Oh, dude, I need the car, dude. I need the Lambo. So cool, dude." It's like it's not.
Dude, just
and honestly, a lot of these, dude. I mean,
drive it one time. Get
Look, you can be the richest man in the world. You can be the richest man in the world. Leonardo DiCaprio walks up, he's still getting your girl. Okay, Jeff Bezos found that out the hard way, right? Jeff Bezos stacked up all that money. He said nobody's gonna steal my girl.
Yeah, and then he's a death threat. He's like, "Oh, come here, Leo, and I'll kill you." Like, what is that shit? What is he doing? He's
I thought that was funny.
Hey, Leo, come over.
Wait, we also got 100 Canadians. Somebody's trying to bribe us.
No, let me see this.
Someone's trying to bribe us into liking money, and you know what? I agree. I am bribed. Coffee. Can I buy your fart in a jar for $5? No.
Okay. Just Barar. It's
very weird. I'll read it for $100.
Yeah, I know that's a weird thing to say, but okay. What's the fart in a jar? What's that about?
I don't know.
Okay.
Good question.
Interesting. Just Barar. There you go. Who knows? But
can we watch this though?
Yeah, let's watch it.
This made me laugh because it does.
It's like the movie.
What rich people would say is that people like us, who are not rich, just say this until we are rich and then we change our minds. Let's watch. And I want to hear what you think. Oh. Particularly lefties, though.
The existence of the grossly affluent is a moral obscenity, and our economic system inevitably leads to oppressive and exploitative power hierarchies. Redistribution is the only ethical option. But now that I think about it a little more clearly, is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? I think I heard that in a video game once. And I did earn this fair and square. I'm advocating for an important cause, doing important things, and that makes me an important person. And important people
most rich people
need
are liberals.
Important resources
most
so they can
are liberals and most
continue doing important things and advocating for important causes. What do you want? That I should starve? You want me to starve, don't you?
That's funny. I mean, it is funny.
Do you think? Wait. I have a real question about this. Do you actually think most rich people are actually liberal? I don't actually believe they are.
Well, they're like this.
I think they're fake liberals. I think they do it because it's fashionable. I think it makes their image better to be like, I don't actually want this money. What? I'm just have it. And then when it comes to actually pay their taxes, this is the Warren Buffett thing and the Bill Gates thing. Oh, they're the softy liberals, right? Except when you come to actually find out how much they pay, they're the biggest cutthroats, dude. They're the ones who pay the least in taxes.
They're cutthroats, and they all do this thing where they
all the people who are rich don't want to pay taxes, dude.
You got to understand, man. They have a corporation, and the corporation has an accounting department, and the accounting department says these are the rules.
Pay taxes.
So we're just gonna follow the rules.
You don't buy that, dude. This is so true. Once you're a billionaire, dude, you're not paying taxes.
They're mostly liberal, though. They mostly say they're liberal, but yeah, they don't. They're not gonna go aggressively pay taxes. They're gonna be like, just take the check. I deserve.
course
You
not.
deserve this much of my money. They're not going to do it.
Of course.
They're not doing it. Yeah.
As soon as, dude, bro, when you get that much money, if you have that much money, it's because you're a killer. You want that money. You think you earned that money.
Yeah.
And nobody else is going to get your money.
Yeah.
And they go on CNBC and go, I should be taxed more. That's what Warren Buffett and Bill Gates did. And at first I believed them, and I feel like a sucker for ever believing them. Because I feel like I should be taxed more. You remember seeing them say that? I feel like the rich should be taxed more. Those guys, it turns out, pay the least. They have the
nothing.
craziest tax loopholes or whatever.
Even Bezos is like liberal, kind of like he has a Washington Post.
They sacrifice a Slovenian girl just so they can pay 1% less in taxes. Like, it's crazy the stuff they do.
Yeah, they're wild, dude. They're wild. They don't. Yeah, actually, you know, this great documentary just came out this week. Like, I'm talking about a YouTube documentary, and it's about how, like, liberal states, like, help poor people to lead. It's so sad. It's like Andrew Harris, I think his name is, from Vox, and he does that too. Yeah, it is a problem, man. And you know, actually, one of the stories
Johnny Harris for the New York Times.
Johnny Harris. Did you see that? Did you see that?
Yeah. Oh,
dude, it's tight, eh? It's tight.
It was crazy. I was like, yikes.
Yeah, the left is more on the hook than the right because they are the ones who say they believe in something. So if you believe in it, it's like you have to do something. Have you seen Jennifer Sinema taking all this money from MLM corporations?
Before we get to that, we should explain.
Or is it Jennifer Sinema?
We should explain what the video is, though. Johnny Harris.
Yeah.
Great YouTuber, but I guess he does videos for the New York Times now. Collabed and basically made a video about liberal hypocrisy is dividing this country or something. Basically points out that most of the time liberal talking points are the Republicans are stopping us from doing what we want. But in states like California, where they're not stopped from doing anything, or Washington, they're actually like Republican basically in how they make their laws.
Dude, Cinema? Have you seen Cinema? And Cinema is like the latest case of this.
Let me see.
Of like, just be a goddamn Republican. Like, you don't care about anything liberal. She took money from so many MLM companies, and it's so little. It's actually $2,500 each US. But it's like, there are a lot of liberals who just, it's almost like they're in their heart Republican. But they're like, let me just go in and destroy the party from the inside.
In their heart, they're pro-cash, I think.
Yeah. Oh, you want to do this? Yeah.
No, I think they're like.
Like Cinema. Okay.
Cinema is raking in money, cash from MLMs. They want to kill her party's labor bill. Basically, Arizona senators is one of the few lawmakers that multi-level marketing businesses often derided as pyramid schemes are giving to. So summarize this article for us, Amish.
Okay, let me just read something for you. So the Political Action Committee associated with Alticor, the parent entity. Oh, Political Action, yeah, PAC, associated with Alticor, the parent entity of the health, home, and beauty company Amway, gave her $2,500. Arizona Democrat so they gave her $2,500. Isagenix, oh my god, I can barely read this. I need this text to be bigger. But Isagenix, an Arizona-based business that sells nutrition, wellness, and personal care products, New Skin Enterprises, another personal care company and beauty company, gave $2,500 that month, as did Usana Health Sciences. Usana is such a scam, by the way. They just sell these vitamin pills, but it is like, I know a couple of people that bought like.
But your point is this lady's a hypocrite.
Yeah, no, she's on the Democrat side, but she just takes all this MLM money.
Yeah, bro.
She doesn't give a shit, dude.
Yeah, bro.
$2,500 from like 5 or 6 of them. Like Cinema. There's so much, dude. No, her name's Cinema. But there's so many people that have given her money. It's insane. Like so many, and she just takes it, and it's like, why are you on the Democrat side? It's like she's a Republican, but she's coming in to destroy the party.
I agree with you. Hey, I peeked in the. I totally agree with you. I agree.
Like, have you seen her shit? Like, she doesn't care. It's like, what part of you? She'll take money from any of them.
But like, to me, that like the MLMs are the most obvious scam.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't even try, dude.
They don't care, and they're paying off government officials basically. Like, they have all the Republicans. Okay, so let me just try to read this. This is hard to read, but you'll like this.
Go ahead.
Direct selling companies have had a presence in Washington that dates back decades. A co-founder of Amway, Richard DeVos, was a major force in the Republican Party. You know this. His daughter-in-law, Betsy DeVos, herself, a big GOP donor, served as the education secretary under former President Donald Trump. In fact, the small industry's outsized influence on DC politics is notable, said William Keep, a professor at the College of New Jersey who has written about multi-level marketing and pyramid schemes. The industry has its own caucus of House lawmakers known as the Direct Selling Caucus. So they got a crew in there, and that lists 40 members as of February and boasts its own super PAC. So they have 40 members of Congress who are basically like, we've signed on and we support this like MLM shit, dude. I mean, it's too bad. Like, I don't know how Americans are going to get rid of this. You know,
because they got all our politicians. They've had our politicians for so long. It's very sad.
It's so little money too. It's like 7 companies giving you $2,500.
They just kind of just all like drop a little bit in the bucket, and that's enough. Yeah. It's sad. It's sad. That's like almost soft influence money at that point. I mean, it's like, it's crazy.
Yeah, $2,500.
You would just think it just costs more to buy a senator, dude, but apparently not. I want to get.
I mean, it is like 6 of them. You know, 6 of them, $2,500 each, and then there is another bigger company. Yeah, I know it's not that. It's not that much money.
Like an Instagram influencer gets that to promote a juice.
It's
like not to change the rules on MLM.
She doesn't care. It's like
she
really. That's what
care.
I mean. It's like she's a Republican on the Democrat side saying, "Let me just blow this shit up." Fuck these guys,
bro. They all want money, dude. Stop. You gotta see.
Yeah, maybe she's getting more money. She's gonna get it every year. We're talking. She's up to like. It is like a 20,000 maybe altogether.
I think a lot of politics is like, bro, just getting close to power. I think you start because you care, and by the time you get there, if you're still in there, because you kind of accepted some realities of how things are, you're a killer. You want to get to the top. You want to be you want to be in the room where it happens. Hey, that's fine. You know, and you're willing to step on anyone who gets in your way.
Did you watch House of Cards? You ever watch that?
No, because I don't support people like that.
But at some point, he says this. He's like, money ain't shit. Power is everything. I'm here for power. He doesn't care about money.
Yeah, it sounds profound, but it kind of goes all the ways. Like, money, power, and fame are 3 of the triangle, but they can all help get the other. If you're super famous, you can get money and power. If you're super powerful, you can get money and fame. And if you have tons of money, you can get power and fame. It's like the dark triad of your soul getting corrupted. Is like it is
money,
kind of,
power, fame.
Yeah, and none of them individually or even in small amounts will completely ruin you. But absolute of any of those, you're done, dude.
Well, you know what it is.
Like it twists you. I think
it does twist you. Like, I think what it is undeserved. It's like there is a deserved way of getting it, which is like being righteous, basically.
No. What I'm saying is absolute power. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. I believe that so much.
But then you wouldn't want absolute power. I'm just saying, like, you can righteously get some,
even if you deserved it.
But no, nobody does. Nobody does.
No, but even if you worked, like, let's say you worked for it, or if you worked to be, like, I just think your brain, like, the brain is not meant to be
so powerful, to just own people.
Like, if you're Bill Gates, I'd be shocked if he was more normal. Like, I'd be like, if he's just a regular guy, like, you'd be shocked.
I mean, at this point, you're just like, we've seen with Epstein, with Cosby, with all these psychos, it's like, you almost wonder, is like, to be a high functioning individual, do I need to, like, hurt someone? Like, is that the issue here? Is it that I don't want to just hurt someone on the side? Is that my problem?
I think it's because you can't. You don't have it in you. They've got it in them to do anything.
They've got. I think
that's the difference. I think that's the difference. Douglas Robinson, MX100. Wow, yeah. MX100. Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Wow,
in
thanks,
the U.S.,
man.
hitting car liability is inversely related to other person's financial responsibility. They buy expensive car. You pay a lot after hitting it. Fair? No, not fair. That's America for you, dude. We got 10 from Joss Bar, $10 to spray someone with your scent, thus sharing a bond with that person. He just... Okay, this is getting weird.
He just blew a fart, meaning he likes her and wants to attract her through... This is... Just Berard's getting wild. And you know what?
Finish it.
Funny and
finish
keep
it.
Some I'll read
finish
it.
The statement.
I don't care, dude. I'll read it. Let me start again. With Just Berard. $10 to spray someone with your scent. That's a way of sharing a bond with that person. He just blew a fart, meaning he likes her and wants to attract her through olfactory enticement.
Did you see?
Wow, Just Berard. That is some wild ass shit. Coffee, can I buy your fart in a jar for $5? Okay, weird.
No, we already had that.
He's
one.
like trolling us with money. That's the weird thing. It's like he'll have to pay me $1,000 to say that I'll poop in my butt. It'll take $1,000. Just sorry.
Just Berard, dude, getting a little too wild, dude.
Coffee. Can I buy your fart in a jar for $5? Dude, on mine it's showing that he did that twice.
No,
$100 each time. Am I crazy?
Yeah,
it's showing in mine that he paid $100 for coffee. Can I buy your fart in a jar for $5? And then again, he paid.
Keep repeating this.
$100. No, he on mine it's showing that he paid twice. Did he do that?
No way.
He paid $200.
That's wrong.
That's wrong, right?
Yo,
okay, that's fine.
Let's get onto this.
That's fine. Show me.
I saw this in the thing. This Netflix clip.
Yeah, this is okay. So until now, you've been finding Joe Rogan offensive, and I've been defending him. But on this, I felt a little bit offended with Joe Rogan. I thought he was being rude. If you're pulling up the clip that I put in, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's so many. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's see.
Let's talk about first the.
I mean, they kind of set it up.
Let's find the clip. Oh. Well, let's actually watch the clip, though, yeah?
Yeah, just watch it from the beginning. It sets it up. Like 30 seconds.
This is like from the start of the show. This is the new Colin Kaepernick thing called Colin, I think. They're talking, Colin's talking about the thing. Fell to a slave thing. We get it.
Okay, I get it. Yeah,
so
what do you think?
You brought this up.
Yep.
I think it's insane.
The comparison?
They're getting paid millions of dollars.
No, they're broke, dude. They don't end up with any of the money. They're broke. Have you seen it? Watch the next clip. Okay, let's watch this clip. Let's watch the next clip. Okay, but how about all the people in NCAA?
You have gone
No. NCAA, nobody's getting
paid.
NCAA, nobody's getting paid. 78% of these people are ending up bankrupt, dude. I mean, when 30 for 30 Broke came out, the documentary on ESPN, they're saying 78% of people end up bankrupt. They're talking about, dude, NCAA, nobody gets paid.
Amish, listen to me.
I'm not saying it's slavery. It's different.
NFL, we're not talking about college. We're not talking. First of all, it's totally
no.
It's totally
but you got to
you.
talk about the full system.
No.
You got to talk about the full system.
System. You choose to play.
Right when you're 12, when you're 15 years old, you're a kid when you choose to play. So you are a kid with no other options. You go into NCAA. You're not getting paid for anything.
Oh my god.
Like okay, fine. You do have
other options.
It's not no other options, but it is sold to you as your best option as like a 12-year-old or like as a 15-year-old. You're told that like, oh, what are you going to do? You're going to make money?
It's a dream. This is like saying that like people who practice guitar are sold that being a guitarist is like being a rock star is their best option.
No, guitars are a lot of rich kids. I mean, I would say on the music, on the art side, it's a lot of rich kids. NFL, people are bashing each other's heads. But
again, we can't get away from this one idea.
Yeah.
You're telling me that when you get to the NFL level, I'm not talking about college. You say that comparing
you got to include
that,
it though. You got to include that. Because they had to go through that. That's the pulling in system.
Okay, but you're saying any way you slice it, comparing that where you're getting paid millions of dollars, you have millions of adoring fans, and your hero is like slavery.
It's there's
dude. What?
No. There's something here. There's something here.
There's nothing here.
Have you seen Selma? Have you seen the movie Selma? Have you seen the movie Selma? Have you seen
no,
it?
I haven't.
Or
seen
like
it.
you know.
No.
So okay. So slavery ends at one point.
Okay. I'm dying.
And years later, they have to fight for like this is a major protest. The protest they did in Selma, right? Where slavery is over, but you're not allowed to go into the building where you can make a vote, right? And so that's what civil rights was about, right? So at the civil rights point, if someone said, I'm not allowed to vote, that's like slavery, you can say, no, it's not. It's technically not. It's nothing like that. Now, voting is obviously one thing, and football everyone loves. So everyone's like, hey, you love football. It's a game. It's fun. So just play football. But I just feel like the entry system into it, it's pretty abusive, man. I mean, I check out the clips. I put some clips in there.
No, okay.
Some clips.
False on all accounts. Also, when you say wait.
Yeah.
When you say not being able to vote is like slavery,
it's not. It's different.
Right. It's racist.
It's technically different. Fine. But I'm talking about.
Okay. Again.
Right.
Words have meaning or they don't. If I say that you know the thing where everyone goes, this is like Hitler. It's lost all its meaning, right? Because they go, this is like Hitler. This guy's like Hitler. This guy's like Hitler. Because it's actually not. That Hitler Hitler was the worst thing.
No, that's a different thing. This is more like generationally, people don't understand that like things take generations to heal, and there's other systems in place. Like when you I'm not saying NFL is slavery. I'm not saying NFL is, but the full football system, it is oppressive. That's it. It is oppressive. It is like first of all.
No. Listen, if you want to argue that the entire whole thing,
the whole thing, yeah, of course. But you can't get to this without that.
No.
Okay, what?
If you want to argue it's slavery, that's crazy. But if you want to argue that it's messed up, if you want to argue the whole system is a little jacked up because of the injuries, okay, I can understand. But if you
injuries also not playing the NCAA.
It's
not playing the NCAA.
The whole thing that
and
makes
also
slavery
the poverty,
so messed up is the compulsory aspect. You are somebody's property.
Okay,
that is why it is the most unjust thing you can do to another human.
Fine. But let me get into the complexity of this.
I don't think there's much complexity.
There is complexity here, right? Because a lot of times, and this happened in India with the caste system, right? You have a caste system. It's abolished like 60 years ago. But today, everyone who is poor is still poor. Everyone who is rich is still rich. It takes time to get out of these systems. So it's just more complicated than that. People just think like, oh, slavery's over. Okay, but when Martin Luther King was doing his march, it's like they weren't allowed to vote. Like the cops just said, hey, slavery's over, but you're not allowed to come in here to vote. That's something that nobody cares about.
But there are words for this, though. So you say the caste system is over, right? And you're saying, it takes time to heal.
Yeah.
Okay, there are words that can mean that, where you can say those words without saying the caste. It's just like the caste system. The caste system. So when you say, it takes time for these long inequalities to heal, we can talk about that. But if you say it's the same as when it was always at its worst, when the guys are superstars, literally idolized by everyone in the world, most people would trade their places with these people in a second. And you go, look, it's slavery.
But that's also a lot of like media hype and like it makes it look sexy. Play the second clip. Dude, put the ESPN 30 for 30 broke. Play that clip.
Bro.
Because I mean, they're not ending up with all this money.
No,
that's
but,
the thing.
But
like
it's not. But it's because they spend it. They spend it.
Right. That is their mistake.
The money.
Fine. Sure. They had the money. But when they're 15 years old, they go to college and they're not learning anything in school. They have no financial literacy. I mean, that's what this whole thing's about. It's a great documentary.
Oh, I agree, but that has nothing to do.
It's not.
There was no part in slavery where they had Lamborghinis and mansions, but they spent too much money and they ended up broke.
Yeah, it's not slavery. It's not.
Okay,
fine. It's not.
Okay, thank you. And now we can have a productive conversation.
It's technically not, but it is just the resultant. Like it just takes time to overcome that, and so like. This is still one of those things of like, these are poor neighborhoods. that they're like recruiting kids out of. The kids are getting abused. They end up with not like it's not. We get this glamorous view of football players. Like they're not all. And this documentary says that 78%. I think.
But I think that people who. I don't know how to say this. I think that also there are people who they don't really like the game. They don't really care about the game. And so they try to like make it. Yeah, exactly. And you come in and you go, oh, dude, it's just oppressive. It's just slavery.
But dude, they're getting concussed. Like, I mean, they're like,
bro,
this is another one of those.
There are bad sides to the game. But if you only see the bad things and you have no context for football, you're just going to go, oh, dude, it's basically slavery. It's not. These guys are superstars. People worship these guys.
Fine, but why not? Okay, as a guy who's not into sports, it's just a bunch of dudes playing pretend, a bunch of grown-ups playing pretend. You're putting your ball in their thing. Just play soccer. Don't give each other concussions.
But this is why your take is just like horrible because you don't understand. You don't even understand the game.
But you're saying, but this is where I just maybe fundamentally disagree. That like, why do we need to make this violent? At its core, I'm saying. Like I'm talking about something very radical here.
I don't know why is the UFC so popular?
I think the UFC actually makes more sense a little bit. I know that sounds ridiculous, but the UFC is one thing.
Way more.
But I think boxing and NFL we've seen the health results of them, and the concussions are ridiculous.
Bro, just wait for some of these UFC guys to get older. Trust me.
Oh, you think so? Yeah.
It's just a younger sport. I don't know. I mean, I think I don't know the stats on like how much safer it is, but people are getting rocked in the UFC too. For sure. What I've seen is that boxing is worse because you're getting headshots and that causes concussions. Same with football. Same with hockey. Hockey on ice, it's really dangerous, man. It's like dude, you get enough of like of Karens here. Like you're being a bit of a Karen about sports. Like I agree, the concussions are a problem, but where does the line draw? How many? Eventually, you're going to roughhouse. People are going to get hurt. I'm not saying it's right, and the results are horrific, and there should be more education. These people should get health care, whatever. At some point, though, if you give people enough money, you give them enough glory, they're going to go up in the line of fire. They're going to go up for all that glory. They're going to put their health on the line, and that's their right. I do think that the NFL puts hard pressure on them, though. Like, the NFL could move towards less violence and less abusiveness on each other. You're not football if you don't have the line, running into each other, trying to basically tear each other apart. And you think that's good? Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it is. You must grapple with what it is. No, it is what it is, and there is suffering in life. And fine, I get it, right? But should we be trying to make an improvement? Should we be trying to move beyond this? You can't improve something you don't understand. You don't understand football. No, I think I do understand the dynamics of it. It is ultimately violent. That's the issue with it. The sportsmen, like, let's just play sports that are about sportsmanship strictly. Even when the British went around and made everyone play cricket, people got aggressive. People hit each other. People got like mean with cricket, but not concussions, not like nobody's dying or like having to take drugs to compete so hard. Like, and this whole NCAA system is ridiculous. And to say like, oh, wow, not counting the NCAA system, just counting the NFL. It's like, where do they all? I'm saying that just. I was just making the slavery point. Yeah, I agree. Look, if you're trying to say there's some messed up stuff that happens in football, yeah, it's 100%. Nobody's mad about that, but it wouldn't be a Netflix Colin Kaepernick doc without the kind of like, hey, why are we going to the slaves? Like that it's such an extreme comparison that you can't get on board with it. And you go, okay, I was all on board for a reasonable documentary about how football, from a guy who could have been the reforming call for football. There's some jacked up stuff going on. The NFL from day one has been denying what concussions do to people. They've been denying all this stuff. It is messed up. Only the people at the very top win, get any kind of peace. You have colleges profiting millions of dollars off their athletes, and the athletes get nothing. Ridiculous, man. I agree with you, but that doesn't make a good. That doesn't make a good documentary because nobody talks about it. So here's what he needed to do. Here's what I think maybe he was missing. If I can criticize, if I can say what he was missing, maybe he needs to show the link between there's no slavery, link. No, but there's an inequality issue here.
that America needs to grapple with.
But at no point can you say this is the same as slavery.
It's not the same. It just comes from that. It not comes from that. It is a legacy of it. Let's say, of like these people being on top, these people being the grunts that you make them run at each other.
What
like
about
this.
white people in football?
In what, American football? In British football? Yeah, they're
white
honestly
people. In
MMA
in American football. In American
white people in MMA too.
In American football.
In
many
American
kids,
football.
Dude.
Yeah.
I don't actually know the stats on this, but I know that like it's, I mean, especially like in like middle school, high school, all the way up. I mean, like tons of white kids are in.
Yeah,
in
there's
football.
a lot of white poor people too. I mean, I find fighters are all.
It's not even just poor people in football. People like football. You're like conflating like, oh, you're just poor, so you go to football. It's like, no.
Do rich
so
people? Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
No,
I
but
mean, if
also
they're
middle
voluntarily
class
playing,
kids,
then it's not them.
But
I'm talking
do
about.
you think that these kids are getting recruited? Like they don't get paid, so I don't understand like where the whole thing about like they're getting forced into it is.
They're not getting forced. It's just that they're growing up in a society, in a culture, or like it's kind of like you're growing up and there's maybe like a food desert and there's like no options and there's like it seems tough for you like in your life, so your family just says, okay, this is all we got. Play football. Like bash your head against the other guy because this is the only option out of here.
No.
People say that about military too.
No, I don't think military.
You think it's true about military?
Well, because military is realistic. The thing is that you're not getting is like I remember in high school we even had some athletes coming to talk and they would try to discourage people from becoming athletes because they'd go, look, they'd show you your odds and they'd go, look, you have basically no shot of getting, and that's the truth about being a pro athlete. And they go, you have no shot. Don't do it. Go be an accountant, right?
Yeah.
They would tell these kids. The kids voluntarily, because nobody wants to be an accountant. You want to be a football star because being a football star is pretty cool. You get the girls. If you can make it, you get the money. You get the glory. You get everyone thinks you're cool. Like, so, I don't know, man. I think this has just been a giant stretch.
Does it seem like a little bit of the Rittenhouse thing where it's like, who's going to let their kid do this? Because I've seen that with hockey too. I remember being in high school and friends of mine wanted to play hockey and their parents were like, no way. It's not even so much that it's dangerous. It's that like, I don't want you spending your majority of your time on this. Like you can play the AA level or the A level and just do it as a fun hobby and you play with the team and you learn sportsmanship. That's great. But I don't want you going pro because it's ridiculous and it's like violent and all this other stuff. I mean, I know people here that said that to their kids. Over there, I don't know. I mean, and also it's unrealistic. I guess it is like being an artist. It's like, what are you thinking? You're gonna be a football player?
You're like telling me like, yeah, the family's getting together and go like, oh, I guess you got to go be Justin Bieber. It's like no, that's not like actually what's happening. All right, let's go to the call center real quick for a few calls, and then we gotta bounce.
Yeah, we gotta go. I don't know.
I want to put in Abomination. I know who that is. I think I know who that is. Abomination, what's up?
What's up?
Hello, Abomination. Are you there?
Nice icon, dude. That icon is sexy.
Yeah, that's sexy. Abomination
I think original
is
artwork.
not there.
That is original artwork. That's great.
Who haven't we put in? Captain, what's up?
Captain's there.
Yo.
Yo, Captain.
What up?
What do you think?
What do I think about what?
Well, we've been talking about. Do you think football is slavery?
I'm on a bit of a delay here.
Oh, sorry. Do you think football is slavery?
Not slavery. Oppressive?
Do you think the NFL where people get millions of dollars is slavery?
Amish, I love you, man, but no.
Yeah.
It's not slavery, brother.
It's not slavery, obviously. Okay, fine.
Don't say obviously. We've just been arguing that.
It's not slavery, but it is like it's oppressive. I do think it's oppressive.
But I agree.
But NCAA, you don't think NCAA is ridiculous?
No, but
they're not getting paid.
Oppressive is you keep pushing with these words. I'd say it's wrong that you're generating most of the income and you get none of it, right? Yeah. But is it oppressive? Are you being forced? No. There's very
You're not being forced. But what about underage shit? Like you're talking about, it's almost like people who are in sex trafficking. It's like, oh, she's into it. Oh, you got her when she was 15, though.
No.
These football players, you got when they're fucking 15, and they don't know what they're doing yet, and they're in high school, and they don't know, and you're telling them like, this is what you got to do.
Okay, I'm sorry. So all sports, you can't get kids into anything. If you get kids into science, it's like sex trafficking.
No. It's
you got them while they're young. You got them while they're young.
I'm saying NCAA as a recruitment system makes you got to include that in the corruption of the NFL.
No.
Because NFL is getting all their
people. You could
from
liken
there.
that to anything, Amish. Any kind of interest a kid's in. Well, you're just getting them while they're young.
Not any
they don't know what
interest.
they're
I'm talking
doing.
about NCAA. I'm talking about NCAA
Why?
specifically.
Why is that special?
But they're
What's
not
the difference?
kids.
They're not getting paid. Neither of them are getting paid. What's the difference?
The problem is they're not getting paid. They're also not getting educated.
No, but what I'm saying is,
and they're being sold a dream.
What are you talking about? Yeah, to play for the school, to get glory. Just like if you're a tennis player, you get recruited, it's for the glory. Dude, it's the same thing. You're grasping at straws.
Wait, hang on, Amish. Can you talk about from where in the documentary this thought came from?
Yeah, I think it's in the first shot of the documentary.
It's from the beginning.
Yeah,
we showed it a little bit earlier.
Let's watch a little bit.
I can't share the audio through Discord, but basically, Colin Kaepernick's like, what's being established is a power dynamic. Oh, which one?
I'm talking about the second clip I put on there. The second clip is from 30 for 30 Broke. 30 for 30 Broke, by the way, great documentary. And it just shows you.
But we know the results of this. Everyone knows this. This is a very sad stat. That all like athletes across the board, they're all broke. They make millions of dollars and they spend it all.
Well, okay, and fair enough. That's a little bit on them. But why do they spend it all? I mean, when they're being recruited in the NCAA, of course, which again we got to talk about, they're not given any financial literacy. So you're 15 years old, you're coming in. I mean, these athletes are, a lot of times they're at the peak at like 21. Dude, if I have sex with a 21-year-old, people are like, oh, you're a scumbag. You took this kid at 21. You didn't teach him a goddamn thing. And you just told him to play sports. There's these coaches. I put clips of coaches whipping basketball at their heads, telling them like, you're not gonna do anything. Like this kid is a child.
But is it their responsibility to be your accountant?
Full indoctrination.
Or is it your accountant's responsibility to teach you how to manage your money?
No, I think if you had your parents there, they'd be like, hey, like this NCAA thing seems like a bit of a scam. Like thousands of you are going to try. Less than 1%. Not a scam, but like it. I mean, you're not getting paid. I mean, you're not getting paid and you're not learning anything. That's the worst thing.
No, but you're playing a sport. This is what sports are. You don't get paid to play tennis.
But they're making millions and it's NCAA and you're not going to school.
You keep saying NCAA like that means something. You're playing college football.
Okay.
You're playing in college.
Fine. You don't have to get paid.
No. I'm just saying, you know that people play college tennis. The sport makes some money. Doesn't make a lot. Makes some money. Are you saying that they're forced?
No, but
they're being coerced?
Tennis and the boating people and all these people, like they can do it as an after-school activity. The football players are being forced to go very competitive.
What are you talking about?
I don't think so, man. I had a football team in my school.
Super competitive too.
I had a football team in my school, and people just would play after school. They'd have fun.
No, but we're talking about college, though. College is different.
I'm talking about U.S. college football versus everything else. U.S. college football is more intense. And maybe the other sports are too. And
basketball, baseball.
Yeah, basketball. I've heard basketball is
collegiate
just bad
sports. If you're at the highest level of it. If you're at like some community college or something, it's like that. It's like you just show up.
No, if you're at a big college.
But if you're at a big college that's known for any sport, that sport is ruthless. Yeah, they want everything.
Yeah, they want everything, and they're not paying. Okay, fine. I'm not even saying you have to pay.
I know what we have to do. Amish, watch the documentary from the other side.
From the other side. That's the documentary from the other side.
He's going to understand what.
Have you seen it?
What?
No. Have you seen it?
What doc?
From the other side, he's saying.
No, I meant like from the perspective of the industry.
From the other perspective.
Right.
Because then you're going to understand, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like, it's not. Of course, it's not slavery. It's not slavery. It's just like the whole induction system seems abusive.
I think you're missing the fact. You're saying it's abusive, but the kids all the way through are going, "I want to do this."
Yeah, kids. Keyword is kids.
No,
kids are also saying, "I want to buy."
They're 18 and above. They have consent.
No. But again, you're saying it's oppressive, and they're doing this with a lot of things that you're not calling oppressive.
Is it 18 and above, or are they not inducted earlier?
These are college kids.
But whatever they do in football, they do across all sports. So unless you're willing to commit here, that all sports are abusive. All hobbies are abusive.
But I even said, and I already said, football specifically, like
Why?
they're hitting each other. The concussions, dude. And they're like beating the shit out of their girlfriends too because they have concussions. Like the concussion issue is not even talked about.
So that's the only
and
thing.
It's coming
so
in
that, so
college.
that's the only thing you're worried
It's
about.
the violence of it. It's the violence of it. And I also feel like hockey's like that too.
But dude,
it's like I know a lot of parents who are like, I'm not putting my kid in hockey.
But that's the
Well, they didn't get
parents' right.
concussions.
It's the school's right. But when the kids
Right.
sign up for it, they know what they're getting themselves into. It's like, should a kid be allowed to box when they're below 18? Yes.
You think so? I guess so. Yeah. I
Yes.
guess. Okay, boxing. But this NCAA though, I don't think it starts at 18. It's like they're being groomed in from high school too. That's the other thing. It's like
You're groomed, like
groomed,
it's
I
such
know.
it's so aggressive.
I know. I'm
You
so
keep
lefty.
ch-
I'm
you're
so
tr-
lefty.
Bro, this is the most left take you've ever had.
It just seems like if you gave these kids other things to do, like why are you telling a
Well, they
12-year-old
do have other
to
things to
like
do.
encourage them to play football?
No, they have a million things to do. They'd rather do football because it makes them popular. It makes them work out. They have fun.
yeah.
They have their friends. And what you're not seeing is they have a huge sense of community. It's like their best friends are in football. They're like, oh my
Fine,
gosh.
fair enough. But then as a guy who doesn't like sports, it's like just play soccer then. It's just
I
a bunch of
get
adults
it. I get it,
playing
but-
pretend. You're putting your ball in the other
But there's a
goal's
reason.
thing.
But there's a reason that a lot of guys think soccer is like for
Yeah, but the
for
solution to
less
concussions.
manly. Yeah, for softies. And
The
I
sol-
take
the-
that as somebody
Is there
who
a
played.
solution?
I played soccer. And
The
You thought it was
solution to
soft, right?
concussions in football is not to say just go play soccer. That's
Well, actually,
what I mean?
soccer players get concussions when they do headers. Should we ban headers?
Probably. I mean, I don't care about sports. That's the thing.
Amish. Yeah, you.
But
just
dude,
don't-
you have a kid. Honestly, let's go back to just the argument of like, you
I
have
don't
a
have a kid. I don't have a kid.
If you had a kid and they were like, I want to
Something-
go hard on football,
yeah,
and then you watch a couple of games and they get.
I'd never let
even
my
think
kid
about-
play football. I'd never let my kid play football.
But this is it.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about
Because
like,
I think the risk outweighs the positive. But I also
true.
don't. No, but I'm not willing to legislate my risk tolerance for my child across the
Right.
entire globe. This is like the
fair
people
enough,
who say
but if
because
you're
I
more
want.
poor,
Go ahead.
if you're living in a harder situation, and that's why all the fighters and the military people, and not all the fighters, but like a lot of the fighters, like MMA, boxing, a lot of military people, a lot of NFL. It is a lot. It seems to be like a higher percentage of people who are like from rough neighborhoods.
No,
and
but
they're
if
fighting.
you're-
I mean,
but
that's
if-
how.
But if
That's
you're,
how.
try-
30
but
for
if
30
you're
broke
trying
made
to
it look.
turn that into they've been groomed for money, no,
But you're 12 years old. You're
No, I see where
coach,
he's coming
your
from.
parents-
no, but no. But at the same time, it's voluntary. It's voluntary.
It is, but you're 12 years old. You're 12 years old.
But you're saying nothing can be voluntary at 12, so you can't do anything. Otherwise, it's a power.
Not
dynamic.
anything, but the parents and the adults should not be encouraging you
But the parents
to
are
bash your head
willing. But
into
the parents are willing.
someone. If they're willing, then that's the issue. Like that's the
Okay, well,
problem.
there you go.
That's
no,
my issue with it.
But you understand that other parents understand football in a different way than you do. They grew up watching football.
They do. They love
grew up
football
around
and-
football. They love football.
Have you ever seen the movie about it? The one with James Vanderbeek? where his
October
dad
Sky
was like-
or
Is it?
one?
Yeah, that's
Golly,
it.
this
Say
has
that
been
again.
the
October.
craziest
October
conversation.
Sky?
That. I
So
think
basically,
that's
it's a movie where like it's a really small town, and the only choice is either be a coal miner or make it into football.
Yes.
So I see where this guy's coming
Oh
from, and
my
in that
God.
movie,
In
that movie,
they're
this guy
pressuring the
becomes
kids. They're like,
a
Come
scientist.
on, man. Be a man. Sorry.
Yeah.
Say it again.
He becomes a scientist. He makes rockets. He finds a way through.
Right.
October
October Sky. That's it. It's
No,
such
but
a good movie.
but again, if you actually look at the statistics, it's so much easier to get any kind of other job that pays. You can get jobs that pay reasonably well,
Yeah.
but you're saying they're doing it for money. Just the odds are so
because when
stacked
you're-
against you. No.
But this is one of those issues of like growing up in a poor neighborhood, growing up in a neighborhood where people are just like, what are you going to do with your life? Just play football. You know, you're good at it. You can do it. Like, and the school from like, you know, when you're 5-10 years old
Amish,
is like making
but
getting you
again,
to play
but
it.
again,
You go to gym
you can-
class and you play
if
that.
this is the standard for oppression, all soccer's oppression. This is what they do in every other. You're saying every other country. This is there's a bunch of poor people.
No, how is soccer?
The most popular sport is soccer.
Yeah, but they're not like okay. Maybe the head bops are wrong, and I even think in American football, just move away from the violence.
Wait. What you're saying is because you personally disagree with the level of risk associated with the sport. Anything moving you towards it is oppression when you're a kid. But if you agree with the level of risk, anything moving you towards that sport is not oppression.
No,
that is what you're saying. To be clear,
yeah, yes, they do agree with the risk. Like there are a bunch of people who are into it already, and they love it, and they're going to encourage their kids to do it. In hockey too, there's people who are like,
in
come
all
on, man.
sports, but you have to understand that your personal level of risk is not everyone else's personal level of risk. You think it's crazy, you think it's wild, you think it's too much. You know what? There are people who extreme snowboard. They snowboard from the time they're 5 years old. They're going down half pipes.
That I think is okay because they
but that's the point. You think it's okay. It's not about what you think.
No. It's not about what I think. It's about did the parents and did the culture like push them into it, or were they just like snowboarding seems like something you just get into. Like maybe your parents are getting into snowboarding.
It's a cultural thing in certain places, right?
If you're
in a mountain, right? It's a cultural thing.
Look, and if it's dangerous, like I get it. Some people, and remember that the surfing documentary came out a couple weeks ago where the guy's surfing these 100-foot waves and like it can crush your bones. I get it.
Oh, he did it before he's 18. He's being groomed. Oh my gosh. It's like, no, dude.
Yeah, if he's being encouraged before 18, yeah, that's wrong. No, he shouldn't be encouraged to go ride 100-foot wave.
Dude, no,
he should grow up himself and be like, I want to do
your own like pacifist views of like nothing should ever hurt you on everybody else.
No, it's not even nothing should ever hurt you. The life will hurt you. Let's not add extra things to hurt you.
No, but
let's
not
create a sport that is inherently violent.
But that's your bias, though, and you're projecting your bias on other people.
But you are also saying you wouldn't send your kid, right?
My kid. If you said I wouldn't put my kid in hockey or football or whatever, I'd be like, yeah, fine, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, but you also agree with that. Kid. You wouldn't put your kid.
I don't know about hockey. Hockey's cool. I've just heard so much more about. No, I'm just saying I have like a personal risk tolerance. And by the way, like I think if the kid wants to get into a little bit of football, I think it's fun when they're younger. Right. It's kind of cute.
Right. That's so funny. Oh my god,
it's when they get to
the
point
like
where
on a personal level, you're saying like this is so stupid, this is dumb. But let them do it if they want to do it.
No. What I'm saying is I judge the risk of head trauma as fairly high. Like I value that really high.
Yeah.
Whereas, let's say I'm like I really don't care about like nutrition or something. I'm not going to feed my kid as well, whatever. I just don't care, right? Or I just don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I raised my kid on, let's just say mac and cheese. Did I groom him for mac and cheese and bad nutrition? It's like, no, dude.
Yeah, but it's an honest mistake. And like, look, I'm not judging anyone. If your parents were into football and now you're into football and you're pushing your kid into football, I'm not saying you're a bad person.
No, you're saying they're uneducated, but they also could just be a higher level of risk tolerance than you. If you ride a motorcycle, it isn't necessarily because you don't know the stats.
Yeah. No, I mean, motorcycle. And like, look, snowboarding too, you could want to do it. It's just when you watch movies like October Sky, or even Friday Night Lights.
Right, these propaganda films by a bunch of Hollywood libs, dude.
Propaganda.
Of course, dude.
But they do show that, like, if you grow up in some of these
Colin
towns,
Kaepernick is a propaganda film or a propaganda show. Now, is it fine? Could the propaganda have a point? Maybe, but they just overreach on it.
It's over. I mean, I guess what he could have done is just
Captain. I'm going to let some other people in, by the way,
because thanks, man. Thanks for coming in, man.
How do I get Zorro in, dude?
You know what's an interesting connection that people have? You got to make the connection. I've seen the connection of like cops killing people, being connected back to like slave catchers, and that makes sense to me. Like, there's some police precincts that back in the day, that's what they did, and they still have that infrastructure or whatever. So that's kind of how they operate.
Zorro, what's up, dude?
Yeah, what's Zorro?
Hey,
Zorro's been begging
I've
to get in here.
I've got some thoughts.
Go ahead.
Come on in.
I think there are two things to acknowledge here.
Yeah.
First being,
that some of what Amish is saying, there is an aspect of truth to it, where like players necessarily don't get like a fair shake in some ways. Like I just watched Moneyball recently, which is a story about Billy Bean, who was a player who was recruited out of high school by the Oakland A's, and
Great
basically they gave him like a great deal, right? Like he was on track to go to college and play ball and then go into the majors. But because of the amount of money they offered him, it was basically like, well, I can't say no to this. And then he goes into the league and he does horribly. Like he has a terrible career, basically never, makes any big numbers or anything, and just like fades away basically. And so like there are things about the recruitment process where like kids are getting picked up really young in a way that they're, the company sees that, like the facility sees them as an asset, like
they're
has them
too, man.
yeah, and like they see them more for their
So
potential
young.
in the game and how much money they can make off of them, and it's not necessarily what's
basketball players
best
look
for
for
them even as a player.
Yeah.
But then there also, I think you need to acknowledge that the stance on comparing the player situation to slavery is just like a weak and weird stance to go for if you're advocating for players. Like it just seems like it muddies up the conversation, where instead of talking about what is actually like Amish is trying to argue for this point in a weird way, where it's like you're making good points, like there is truth to what you're saying, but you're having to stretch so far because the origination of it is we're comparing it to slavery, so it's like
maybe
super it just seems like a weird stance that they took with that, where it's like there may be something to be like advocated for on the players and like especially the young recruiting and stuff, but it seems like this is like a weird stance that they took with it.
Like maybe it's just oppressive and has nothing to do with slavery. I just feel like maybe also there's like, and I've seen it with policing. I've seen policing documentaries where they're saying that like back in the day there was this organization whose job was to catch a slave or whatever, and then it slowly morphed into some police department. And it's not like so likely like it's happened. So maybe I'm just seeing that connection back to it. And I've seen it in a lot of other kinds of oppression today, where it's like people are getting oppressed today over one thing. But if you look back on it, it's like the paperwork, or it's like basic. And this happens in India too, where it's like there's the caste system, and you just say, okay, the caste system is abolished, but no money's given to help anyone, and everyone's just where they are.
So effectively it stays in place.
No, but
it stays in place.
I feel like you're trying to draw this line from
maybe with sports,
racism to football,
right?
And the problem is that if what Colin Kaepernick's whole thing was true, which is that all the coaches were white and all the players were black, maybe you'd have a case to make, right? But this is just simply not true. You have to be the most you have to rely on such heavy stereotypes to make that true. There's tons of black coaches. There's tons of white players. There's tons of a bunch of races that they don't even include. Asian, whatever else. And so unless you're relying super heavy on outdated stereotypes, you really can't make this case of like, oh, this is a black and white issue. It's literally
it's not black and white.
But so the point is,
there could be percentages that are worse on their end.
No, but the point. Well, are you arguing for affirmative action for white people to go to the NFL? Like
no, not affirmative action. I'm just saying like I mean,
but there are white people in the NFL anyways.
Oh, there's tons of them. The point is, I'm like, I guess I feel triggered by this whole thing of like we're drawing like, oh, how players are treated as racism. I totally agree with Zora.
Right.
There's horrible things that are happening. Like you could. And by the way, there are these injustices in every system, in every kind of place. There's all these problems and whatever. And if you can make a Netflix documentary about the problems, and you come away thinking that take whatever job, accounting, coal mining, being a journalist, whatever job, you can spin it in a way where you go, this is the worst thing ever. We just got to abolish it. We just... there's no redeeming this system. It's just the worst. It's an intractably corrupt system.
But I'm not like that. I'm pretty cool with stuff. No, I'm pretty hard on sports, maybe specifically violent sports. I think I'm
specifically violence. I think you think deep
violence
down
is the issue.
that there's never an answer for violence. No, there's never a.
I'm not even saying never. Let's make sure it's the last resort.
Right,
even
but
with military.
I don't.
It's not even violent sports too. Like that's why I brought up Moneyball, because baseball, it happens too, just because of like the money in the game, right? Like this player as a kid who, if Billy Bean had stayed on track and gone through college ball and like played with kids his own age until he was, pro level, he probably would have had a way better career. And that's like part of the story of his thing, is like he was trying to change how the recruiting system worked in the league because of how it impacted him as a player. So he didn't want that to, happen to other,
well, I feel like
other players like that. So even not violent sports, it has that. There are some things that players do have to deal with.
There is economic oppression too.
But
it's not always
isn't
just
worried about like sports with money. He's worried about sports that cause concussions. That's what you're worried about.
Well, you know what? To be honest, actually, if you watch 30 for 30 Broke, and that is the second link in there, I think. But that documentary, the way that they describe even basketball players and how they're treated in NCAA, they're not getting paid. They're getting and they're strictly doing that at the, they're being encouraged by their coaches. Like, I don't care if you go to school. I don't care what you do. You need to be doing this 24/7. You got to work your ass off. To me, that is oppressive. And then, of course, now technically we've opened it up. There's a lot of white people in basketball. Everyone's in basketball. But when I see the majority of,
what do you mean we've opened it up?
Like open it up, meaning like at
other sports.
Like, I'm just saying it seems like a lot of the people who are willing to take this risk of being in NFL and NBA seem to be from communities that are hit by poverty, who today, what is poverty is generations later of slavery, maybe, and civil rights issues.
But not always though. And again, you're muddying the waters with the it's this, it's that. It's like even the poverty thing. I don't know if I fully agree with that. There's tons of kids that very well huh?
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, it seems like a majority of them are coming from poverty, and it seems like that poverty is the what's left of what has continued on from slavery.
How many
you might want to bring the Phil in. It seems like he knows the NCAA just changed the rules so they can make money. The Phil. You want to pull him in if he knows.
It seems like they're getting better too, because 30 for 30 Broke is 10, 15 years old, and it is a lot of players just acting flagrant. But let's not forget that these basketball players that we watch, these football players that we watch, I know they look 40. They're 20 years old half the time, dude. Hey. They look 40. I don't know why they look 40.
Phil,
every basketball player is 40.
All right. So I wanted to say that let me just do a little disclaimer before I go on this rip. I am insanely triggered. All right. So, Amish, I do agree that you do have there are legitimate arguments to be made about how players are treated in the NFL and other competitive sports. You could talk about their compensation, their facilities, sure. But I'm really staunchly opposed to this limousine liberal approach you're taking to
limousine liberals.
You are conflating. No, listen, hear me out though. You're
liberal.
You're conflating slavery with how basically your whole shtick is. Your point is, poor black kids in impoverished neighborhoods are fed this dream, and they're so directionlessness. They're so helpless. They just feed the dream, and they're enslaved in the system. But I think you really have no basis or no real understanding about how the college recruitment system actually works.
Tell me, I'm basing this all off of ESPN 30 for 30 Broke. I put a clip in there. It's from the thing. Check it out. I don't know. I can only tell you I only have information from documentaries. I watch these documentaries.
The documentaries you watch are horrible because, especially now,
Steven has said, he wouldn't put his own kid. He would tell his own kid, don't do it. But maybe someone who's in a tougher economic situation would be more willing to do it.
I understand that the health aspect in CT, that's a legitimate issue as well. But what I'm talking about is your angle about how the system is taking, that's ridiculous. Because especially now with the new NCAA ruling, many players that don't even make it professionally are making a killing off the sport. players like Mikey Williams and all those other young kids that are making a name for themselves on social media can then use that branding to provide for themselves and their family if they are financially literate enough. To say that slavery is
if they're financially when they're in college, they're just gonna figure out how to turn their I mean, dude, it's so easy to just make a banger YouTube channel. Like, what do you think? This 15-year-old's gonna be like, hey man, I'm famous at Florida U, and now my YouTube channel is paying me?
Exactly what he's been doing. That's exactly look into my
one guy.
That's
You found
exactly
one guy
what
who's
he's
doing it.
It's not
it's
just
possible.
him, but
I'm not saying it's impossible. One guy became a celebrity, sure.
many players are dude, do you watch any basketball? Do you watch any college basketball, any high school? But there are many players making a name for
No,
themselves.
Amish does not watch any of.
I don't watch sports.
That's what I'm saying. So what this whole thing
I do know
is
they're
ridiculous.
not getting paid, and these coaches are getting paid tons of money, and they are abusive.
Amish,
There have been a lot of cases of abuse.
Amish,
Okay,
Amish.
tell me.
As of 2020, the NFL has a collective bargaining thing for
Are they
salaries.
getting paid? Wait. You said you made it sound like these young
listen.
players can just go get. Can they get a Nike deal? Like, can a young NCAA player get the money from Nike? Can they just get a Nike shoe deal to be in a commercial? Like, can they get paid for that? Because the last time I heard, NCAA rules were they're not allowed. So you're saying that they need to go and make a banger Instagram channel? Like, let's just be clear on that before we move on. What you're saying is the new NCAA rules that make it so easy for college kids is that they can go and make a banger Instagram channel off of being an athlete.
Yes.
Dude, they're not become like, come on, Steven. Chime in here. Like,
Coffee, look it up.
Oh, hey,
Coffee,
we'll
look
let
it
you
up.
go and become a social media
Look it
star
up.
now.
Coffee
and
can-
that makes
Coffee
it
can
okay.
pull this
No,
up.
I'm not
Coffee
saying
can
that a
pull this
couple of
up.
players became social media stars.
Hold on. Amish, I am a little confused by
my argument here is that, like,
What's your
okay,
argument
what our guest is saying, and I do want to be respectful here, but what our guest is saying is that, oh, the NCAA changed the rules and said you're allowed to go make money off social media, but
you definitely
are you kidding me? That's not easy
like
to make money off social
brand
media.
deals and stuff.
They can't make money off brand
deals.
deals.
Endorsements. You can do brand. Amish, look
Okay,
it
they
up.
can,
The
they
rules
can.
are right
Okay,
there
fine.
for you.
I will say
listen.
you're very confident for somebody who watched one doc.
No, but you made it sound like that the new NCAA rules are not that they can get paid.
What I'm saying is, throughout this whole
social media.
segment, Amish, you've painted this picture of you've painted professional sports as some kind of indoctrination for people to come in and they get messed up because they're not imagining money. But the thing is that there are systems in place for people to actually succeed financially. Especially at the professional level. They've always had Amish, what do you listen? The decision.
I mean, watch the documentary. Hey, let's play the documentary. Should we play it right now?
But before we get to your documentary, let me say this.
It's a great HBO.
I think you suffer from so some problem that I see Republicans make is they say that everyone's on an even playing field and everyone can just lift themselves up by their bootstraps, right? You've heard this before. Ben Shapiro's like, wait, hold on, let me finish my thought. Where they go like, oh, dude, just work harder, haha, dude, and they don't recognize that there are advantages. At the same time, lefties will do this thing where they have such low expectations of poor people. No, this is true. No, this is true. They remove all agency from them, and they go, anything that happens to them, anything, they go, oh, you poor idiot, you didn't know what you're doing. Like it's I think they call it the bigotry of low expectations, or I may not be quoting that right. But the general idea is like you're so like you think so little of people of lesser means that like you almost like kind of like
I don't think little of them. I think we would all be like that. We would all be susceptible to this. It is a little bit like sex trafficking. You guys are gonna kill me for saying this, but it is a little bit like Epstein going and recruiting like poor young girls.
You lost it, dude.
I had your consent.
But you understand why it would be insulting if like Bill Gates like came to go, oh, stupid Amish, like he just doesn't understand anything. That's why he's such a loser, or That's why he's got himself in this situation. You understand why that would be offensive? It's like, no, dude.
No, it is offensive, but I am talking about kids here. I am talking about kids, like 12-year-olds, 15-year-olds.
No, but wait. As you go up that scale, that also gets
no
offensive.
one is selling. No, what I'm trying to say is no one is just selling random kids on the street or dream about playing in the big leagues. That's what I'm saying. You're painting this picture like They're
Yeah,
just
and maybe
random,
that is a bit of a
random
Hollywood
coaches.
thing.
Just what are you talking about? Though I don't really understand where this is even coming from, because this is
you're drawing this weird line of like when you're able to make a decision. You're just like randomly drawing it at 18. We have different lines for everything, right?
We do have different lines.
21, 18. Kids, there's like this gradual, like the parent co-makes the decision with the kid, and they slowly make it together, and the kid's starting to make more of the decision.
They're brainwashed too. I mean, honestly.
Why? But this is what I'm saying. Like,
watch October Sky.
You just think anyone who doesn't agree with you, oh, they're poor, dumb. They're poor and dumb. That's what it is. It's
that's
fine,
the
fair
point
enough.
I'm
It does
trying
get
to get at,
complicated.
though.
Bro,
it does get complicated.
That isn't how any football program works. No one is being fed some kind of dream. Most of the kids that do decide to play sports are doing it because they have a legitimate passion for it. They put hours in, they work, they train, and obviously not everyone makes it professional. Obviously not everyone makes millions of dollars and makes it very famous, and everyone is told that from the get-go. We know the statistics on actually making it professional. It's very slim, but it's still a passion that people choose to follow. To say that it's some kind
immoral? Okay, fair enough.
Immoral,
fair enough.
Immoral than what?
Thanks for saying. But Stephen said that he would tell his kid, "Don't do this. It's stupid." Do you think it's immoral to have the opinion?
To be clear, I think a lot. I think just like going all in to try to be a professional athlete is dumb no matter what. Oh, I should be clear about that.
Fine. So you think it's dumb, but do you think it's
I don't have the genetics, dude. By the way, also I don't have the genetics, dude. If my kid is like, bro. If he's like 6'2", 350 pounds, dude, he's
okay.
He's
fine.
a beefcake.
He's a beast and he's killing it. You're like, hey, go for it, baby. We'll
maybe there's a better argument, but dude, I got Cuban, dude.
Well,
don't do well.
What's your question?
Baseball. There's Cubans in baseball. My question is like, do you think it's okay? And this is, you guys are gonna hate me for this now, but I'm going into sex trafficking. Do you think it's okay to say, hey, I have their consent? Like, this 12-year-old and he's who has no money. And
what 12-year-old are they sex trafficking? And also in sex trafficking,
okay. So forget about 12-year-old. Let's just say I'm talking about getting people who are that young to start committing their lives into this violent sport.
That isn't how any of this works. No one is just pulled off the street and just said, hey, buddy, you're going to play football for the rest of your life. That's not how it works, Amish.
Yeah, dude.
No, but there are coaches that push them.
No, you're out of touch with how a lot of this works.
Literally, with how any of this works.
I don't think so,
you
dude.
No. You're watching one documentary and you're talking to us who have grown up with this sport.
And a lot of football movies.
But you haven't seen it. You haven't seen it. I grew up in a place where... Like, I'm not going to say football was the biggest deal at our school, but football is a huge deal in America.
What age do you have to start, though? To be a pro? Because in hockey, you have to start when you're... Gretzky started when he was like 5 years old.
I would say in hockey, middle school you start throwing
middle school.
the
So
ball.
how old?
I don't know, like 12.
So 12. So 12. What did you know when you were 12? And if everyone around you said, "You better do this. You got to do this. You got to go for it."
Nobody's saying that though. No. Nobody's saying that.
I do feel like there is a bit of a culture of that's pushing them to go into it, and that might be pushing them to be like, this might be the best option.
No. You say everyone. Everyone's telling you to do different things. Your math teacher's telling you, hey, you got to do more math. Your sports teacher's going do more sports.
Okay, but this is the documentaries that I've seen.
Can I say something though? Listen,
your documentaries are propaganda, dude.
No, 30 for 30 broke. They have real players in it. They're cool.
But it's trying to pitch a certain point of view.
Fair enough.
Just like Coffee said, he wouldn't allow his child to play the sport. There are millions of parents who have differing opinions, who will push their child into sports, and some who won't. But there isn't some kind of system that is systematically getting guys in some kind of conveyor belt to play sports. It's just not how it works. You go to school. If you're good, you get on the team. Then if you're good on the team, you play AAU or play some other season. Then some coaches
sports has
if you want to play. That's how it works.
You can't say sports doesn't have pressure. You can't say coaches put pressure on you.
You don't know anything about sports, Amish.
Oh my God, Amish, have you played any sports?
More clips. You want to play the clips?
Have you played any? Have you played any professional? Have you played any sports?
It is the most like classic like no.
I have, but it's not like America. In Canada, it's very chill. It is very like it's not about money. It's not like
that's how all things are.
So you've seen a coach. You've seen a coach maybe throw a tantrum and get mad, but does that represent every single coach for every single team? Amish, what are you talking about?
It's not every single coach, every single thing ever.
You've lost
but
it, man.
it is. Hold on.
You've lost
You're
it.
going from a high school to like you're saying that you like there is a concussion issue, but you don't want to include NCAA and even high school as a recruiting tool as part of this issue, and that's unrealistic. I mean, to start getting people at that young age,
Amish,
getting involved in this and playing.
I truly think that this is not a problem of I think you actually.
I think it's wrong to get even kids to play it.
I know.
It's like why? I
think this comes from your. I think just to wrap up because I think
I
everyone's
don't care
getting
about
tired
sports.
of this.
That's another issue. I don't care about sports.
Well,
That's the problem.
right, but because of that, you have no stake. So you have no stake in the issue. You go, just get rid of all of it.
Not all of it. Just like American football is particularly violent.
Well, no. It just kind of reminds me of like if like some people who they've never been around guns, they've never been near guns. They've never seen any.
I mean,
gun
guns is another thing
culture.
that I'm like, why are they here?
No, but like they'll go like, just ban them. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? Just ban all guns all the time. Like there's so many forms of this argument where you don't understand a culture, and so you go, just ban it, dude. And the culture's like, well, no, there's this whole thing that you don't understand. And you go, look, I've seen the 30 for 30 doc. Hey,
I get it. Everyone in the culture loves it. So agreed with you. The culture is pushing this thing, but we can start pulling back from it. We don't have to go more and more on the guns. We don't have to go more and more on the violence.
The culture pushes it as if the culture is like this thing that knows what it's doing. People just like football, Amish. People love it. It's a fun sport to watch.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, is it just... Yeah, I guess people just love it. So what are you going to do, right? Like, I mean, it is a little bit like the scams. Should we watch this? Here, let's watch a little bit of this. It is like the scams. Like, people sign up for them. So it's like, what are you going to do?
Okay, now.
People are signing up.
You're going to get me so upset. All right, go.
Let's see this.
Oh, my gosh, dude. This is
78% of former NFL players are bankrupt.
5 years of retirement, 60% are broke. Okay.
My first contract, I think it was... $6 million over 5 years.
7.6 million, 2.5 million a year. Number one all time. That's the biggest NFL contract in NFL history for a defensive player.
My first check was for like $500.
Yo, can I just talk about this real quick with you?
Yeah.
This is not a problem. This is a problem with human beings in general. Like, I feel like you're going, oh, this is like football. This is sports. Bro, this is human nature. I just want to say this real quick. This is a problem with things that they have short careers. Humans, they think if they make a lot of money today, they just think they're going to make that much money forever. This is something that, look, my wife, she's in like the housing industry. She sees people apply all the time with they're making $200K a year. No, listen, seriously, this is true.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
$200K a year. How much do they have in the bank?
Oh, nothing.
Zero.
And they want to buy a house that's worth so much.
But my point is they're living right at the edge of their means.
Yeah.
Are they stupid? No. A lot of them are like well-educated people. These are like surgeons. They're surgeons. No savings. This is human nature, bro. And so
it is human nature.
If they had some kind of a system where their job just cut them off at 35 or whatever, they'd be broke. The reality is they just happen to choose a job that can let them kind of make that much forever. But
these guys and these guys don't have that. By the way, they have like a 10-year shelf life a lot of times. But also, they're coming in. We always assume they all look like they're 40. I don't know what it is with basketball players. They doesn't every basketball player look 40 years old?
A football player, I think, right?
Football players too. They look old. They look like 40, probably because they're just working their asses off and they're tall and I don't know what it is. But you find out, you're like, oh, 21 years old. He's been doing, and it's like 21. This guy does not know what he's doing with his money.
Correct.
Yeah, but I guess at that age, they just gotta figure it out. That's their problem.
At all ages, at all levels, this is a problem. Nobody knows how to save. We need to talk about it in the culture, dude. People are buying the Lambos. People buy this. People buy that.
It's ridiculous, and that's a big part of this documentary. It is like they're 21. They're 20 years old. They're getting $1 million, and they're also competitive. So they're like, I got to get the diamonds. I got to get the big diamonds.
Wait, why? Why? Why do they have to
just want to compete? Because one guy, because in the documentary, they're saying how like, oh, this guy got a big, even Bill Burr has a good rip on this documentary where he's like, hey man, you spent all your money. That's your fault. That's your problem. Like that's like it is a bit like there's financial mismanagement on their side too.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they're perfect. Like they're,
No, but
they're just young coming into it. They have nothing else going on. They're told from a young age. Oh, and also they're not being taught any financial literacy. So it's not slavery. It just seems oppressive.
And
and
I don't think that's true. I think a lot has been improved around this that you're probably not paying attention. Dude, do you think
this has been improved? This is an old
No,
documentary.
I mean like you don't think they're forcing these guys as soon as they get their first contract at some point in their career, all these guys will have seen a financial pitch of like financial literacy?
As soon as you have at this documentary, no, but maybe now, yeah.
No, of course.
Maybe now, yeah.
You have to, especially now that the problem is known. It's like
in the Jordan days, they were wild.
If you're a good coach in the NFL, you're gonna help your kids. You go, hey, you have like a whole program to get these kids basically set up. You got to go through this guy. Oh, we're gonna set you up with this guy. We'll set you up with our tax guy. We'll set you up with our this guy.
Now they probably do that. Probably because of this documentary.
I'm just saying, yeah.
At the time, the coaches were like, hey man, do a big party.
Bro, all I'm saying is there's bigger problems in life than people who are making millions of dollars a year, right? You're going like, it's so unfair that these guys are spending all their money, and it's like they're making more money than you'll make in your life in a year. Isn't it unfair how they go broke in 10 years after they made $20 million?
They have a 10-year shelf life.
Bro, $20 million. I don't feel bad.
You don't feel bad because, watch the documentary. I mean, you're in the lifestyle too. That's the other thing. You're making, like, it's all a fugazi, dude. It's like Hollywood. You think some Hollywood guy's like rich because he's on TV? It's nothing. It's it's like you don't see that this guy is like has no other life skills. He made 20 million, but he's around a bunch of guys who are constantly spending this crazy money. He's gonna be broke. 78% of them are bankrupt, dude. I mean, at the time of this documentary, today it's probably better. They were saying in this documentary too that there's guys that are working on it. They're like getting out, educating players, getting them better with the money, because that's a big part of it. But you do have to wonder, like, what? Yeah, I mean, it is like being an artist. There's just 99% of them don't make it. And the people who are willing to take this insane risk, like you're saying yourself, you would tell your kid, no, you're not doing this. It's stupid. The people that are willing to take this risk are like, hey, man, you have no other option. So,
but part of the reason, again, I wouldn't have my kid take the risk is like, I just honestly also don't really, I'm not in the football culture. Like if I was raised up, I was in the football culture, I might change my mind about that. The truth is, I was just alienated from that. I'm
probably because your parents were like, these guys are psychos.
No. No, because I wasn't strong enough in high school.
Oh, okay.
A little tiny kid. So
your parents weren't into it though. Because I know a lot of Americans who are like, this is just killing the college. Like, I don't even want my kid to go to a college. Not only do I not want my kid to play football, I don't want my kid going to a college where they play football because they're just going to spend all the money.
My point is this.
Yeah.
We could be talking about how the median bank account balance in America is $5,300. Median.
Nothing,
that means half of the accounts are below that. Less than 5,000. Half of the people in America have less than $5,000. Instead, you want to complain about millionaires who go broke because they spent their millions. Oh my gosh, they spent their millions.
It's complicated.
That's the big injustice. That's slavery. How about this? What do you call this?
4 years. They get an injury, they're out. Like they're done.
Golly, I can't believe you're still trying.
It's not slavery.
Up.
It's not slavery. Fine.
No,
it's just oppressive.
Look at this. This is what oppressive looks like. $5,300. People just don't save.
Yeah.
General. It's not an NFL thing. It's a people
thing. Paycheck to paycheck.
Dude, paycheck, baby.
My immigrant parents were like, these white people, paycheck to paycheck, no money.
Right.
No money. Mine is rotten.
They're right.
Money. They were the beer and chocolate and bikinis.
The average is skewed, by the way. Average is, if you just take all of it, you sum it up, you divide it. Median is a much better indicator for how much maybe a true average is. It's like if you take all the accounts, you go to the middle. It's better for heavily skewed data sets, just for people who want to know.
The mean data.
No, yeah, median's better.
Median's better than mean data. But dude, what do you think is going to happen in America right now, where people are like? It does seem like the Saudi prince, the Saudi new king. I'm so glad we
got through that conversation, guys.
We're done.
That was
We're
slog.
Done. It's fine. That was a slog. I don't know. It is what it's like a disagree. We'll just have to disagree on it. But yeah. But I'm also not saying it's slavery. It's obviously not slavery. They're going in willingly, whatever. But
no, we're not.
We're done. It's over.
Drop it.
It's over. Drop it. Release meditation. But what do you think of like? Do you think that that America could see hard times now? Because it looks like the Saudi king, and he is the king, even though Biden.
Bro, let's put some tunes on while we do this, dude. Let's have a good time, dude. I'm ready to chill.
Chill, dude. Biden it's MBS, Mohammed bin Salman. MBS, Mohammed bin Salman. He killed Khashoggi, American journalist. He killed him. The CIA knows that. This guy has complete control over American oil prices. How do you feel about that as an American?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Dude, I'm talking about the Saudi king, dude. Mohammed bin Salman, I think his name is. MBS. You know MBS?
No.
Dude, I think this could be the end of Biden.
No.
This guy could mess up Biden because Carter was in office. They raised the oil prices, and there's lineups at the oil pumps. This is amazing. I love talking about like oil. There's gonna be an oil war in America in the next year, and you just want to dance, baby,
dude,
dance.
Hey,
That's
this
great.
is how life is, dude. Hey, it's hard out there.
There's gonna be an oil war, maybe. I wonder if
I
MBS
don't care, dude. I'm dancing all the way to Armageddon, dude.
What's your oil price in Texas right now? How high is it?
So cheap, dude.
What's cheap?
I don't know what it is. Probably $2.70.
You don't even drive anywhere. You just stay at home. You have the studio at home.
There you go.
That's
Problem solved,
dude. Problem solved. You don't care. I filled my gas. You know what? I keep going for these hikes, and I keep going for faraway dates. Enough of this. I stay here. No car. The car, but it is $1.40 for gas here, and it's usually like
you know what? I think we should have banned cars, Amish.
You want to get rid of cars?
I feel like that's an argument you would say or something.
How? No.
All the crashes, dude. We just raise kids in it.
It's not the same.
I'm sorry. I'm making light of your argument.
My football. Listen, man. Football is. I don't know what to do with it. Football. But you love football. You watch it.
No. We're not getting back on it.
We're done. It's America. You can't talk.
Let's go back to Biden. Let's go back to Biden. We were doing good on Biden.
We're doing good on Biden, but also we have. Hold on. Oh yeah, no. Biden. How do you feel about this right now? You know, Sky News has some good new hitters on him.
Sky News kills me, dude.
Sky News Australia always has a couple of rippers on Biden. They always catch him like he is like a senior, like he is just like old enough to be losing it a bit, and that's fine.
Did you see the Portal?
Let's see it.
Portal Bridge. You see this?
Show me.
Oh my gosh, dude. Sky News.
I saw the baseball player thing. The baseball player thing was hilarious. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. All right, I gotta watch this. We gotta leave. I'm so tired.
We gotta go.
I gotta get off. All right, let's watch this together.
I've got the leader of the free world who we're following blindly into net zero madness. Let's hear what he's had to say this week.
Rita.
The whole expression, time is money. As one computer said, if you're on the train and they say Portal Bridge, you know you better make other plans.
What?
What?
No.
Talk us through
Let
it,
me
Rita.
say what he said. As one computer said, if you're on the train and they say Portal Bridge,
goddamn Rita.
How is this guy not the laughing stock?
How is Rita? Rita always got to get the clips, Rita.
Look at
Have
this.
respect.
As one computer says, if you're on the train and they say Portal Bridge, you know you better make other plans. Stop. Just, hey.
What do you think he could win again in 2024? People are saying Trump's coming back. Trump's making this comeback, dude.
You can't.
I'm worried about him.
His approval rating
and MBS with the
terrible.
oil prices. What's that? Approval rating's terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Approval's rough right now, but he's also like such a stone cold player in the game. And what are we, halfway through? Dude, we're halfway through. He doesn't give a shit. This is the point where he can do all his shitty stuff because all these presidents, they have a plan. They have 4 years.
Yep.
They only need to win the next election. So he's only going to do the good
Yep.
shit and bring that approval rating up when he's in 2024. Right now, all the garbage, let all the garbage go. He's a pro, dude. He is, as much as he sounds crazy, he is an old political pro. He knows how to play the game.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, MBS raising the oil prices on him, that's messed up.
Do you have
That's
another?
crazy.
Do you have another clip?
No, that's it, man. Let's get
Oh,
out
that
of
was the clip. That was the clip of.
I think I had another one. Wait, hold up. What did I have? Sky News Australia on Biden? Oh, yeah. There was the... Okay.
Oh my
You know
gosh!
what it was? It was the baseball player. It was the baseball player. There's one about a baseball player. I feel like if we just type... Hold up.
Oh my gosh!
What's up?
Is this it? Is this Satchel Paige?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Please no.
Do you know him? I feel like that second one will have it, but... Oh, Rita's
Another
covering it.
week of the US president making a monumental fool of himself and the media gaslighting the public in a
You're in
futile
Australia.
attempt to hide just how incoherent and incompetent the president is. Let's hear Joe Biden be all types of wrong here.
You know, I've adopted the attitude of the great...
This you can't. Okay, we got to look at that lower third. Incoherent president now racist. Oh my gosh!
They're in Australia. Just leave American news. We have this in Canada too. It's like just
funny.
don't. Why are you talking
At the
about
time, pitcher in the Negro Leagues went on to become a great pitcher in the pros, into the Major League Baseball after Jackie Robinson. His name was Satchel Paige.
And of course, it wasn't long before the media were doing their best to tell you what you just heard didn't actually happen. No, Joe Biden did not refer to Satchel Paige as a Negro during Veterans Day speech, claimed mediate in their weird fashion of capitalizing.
He said he was in the
every
Negro
single
Leagues. So,
now,
I
let's
don't know.
listen again to what he said, and you make up your own mind.
You know, I've adopted the attitude of the great Negro at the time pitcher in the Negro Leagues went on.
Oh, he definitely did.
Oh yeah, he definitely did. it. Yeah, he did. He did. But no, he was saying it by mistake. I feel like no, or no. Who knows? I don't know.
So, word for word, he said, I've adopted the attitude of the great Negro at the time, pitcher in the Negro Leagues, went on to become a great...
There's Rita.
That's Rita.
She's got you.
Gotcha. Rita, gotcha.
Dude,
Rita?
can you
You're
imagine
in Australia.
if
Live
we
your life.
Yeah. Live your
But what
life,
you
dude.
saying?
Have fun.
Yeah, it's Australia.
Listen, guys.
But you're saying imagine if we had what?
Oh, I just imagine like any community, if they followed you as much as Joe Biden, like I'm sure they would catch us just saying something stupid. Like, sure.
Joe Biden's also like hard senior citizen. Like he's old. There's two things working against him. You're old, your brain's not working, but also you're old, so you grew up in racist times. So you're just saying some shit you said when you're 5 years old. Dude, you can't, he doesn't even know. He's 20 years old and he maybe said something like this is yeah. He's always like this though. He says, Hey, where's that guy Sanjay? These immigrants work like dogs. Like he says that. He says shit like that. There's old clips.
Or like Corn Pop.
I haven't seen the Corn Pop.
You're kidding.
I haven't seen Corn Pop. I remember
I can't watch that with you right now. It's too much. It's too much.
It's too much, eh? Corn Pop? I gotta look up Corn Pop.
Look up Corn Pop. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. We enjoyed having you.
Love you. Appreciate you.
The late night drip. Thanks for coming by,
late
guys.
Night,
so many
dip,
late
rip,
night
rip,
drippers,
drip,
dude.
Drippity drip,
it.
drip. And God is great.
Enjoy Panama, bud.
Thanks,
Have a
man.
good one.
Thanks, dude. Great. We
Bless
always
the-
get the same ratings, no matter
Bless
what.
the community before they go.
You know what?
Hit them
I'm
with
gonna give
it.
you one of these. I'm gonna give you one of these.
Hit them with it. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Put it next to that. Put it really close to the mic. Do it again. Hit him with it.